Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of high school football here on Eagle Pass Sports Central, coming to you live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Join us at Eagle Pass Sports Central on our Facebook page and at our YouTube page. We're coming to you today from Rattler Stadium in San Marcos, Texas, right up the road on 35. And Morris, we are here as we bring you into the broadcast for the Eagles, attempting to continue their undefeated season against a very tough opponent today in the San Marcos Rattlers.
Just like you mentioned, what we get from the Eagle Pass coaches in the prediction show is that this will be a test for the Eagles. Probably their toughest opponent, like you mentioned, so far. But most important than that, I think, as Coach Javier Cárdenas mentioned last week against Edinburgh North, a lot of diversity from the Eagle Pass offense, especially because last week he openly said they stopped our running game, but Isaac Stanwick and our core of receivers were just absolutely outstanding. But tonight, and you mentioned it a while ago when we were talking about it, we had a young man here from Texas State that's covering the football game about the running game that San Marcos brings tonight, triple option offense that Coach Olivas' defense is going to be severely tested.
We've got the presentation of colors down at the 50-yard line and the national anthem being played here at the stadium. We'll break away for just a second and we'll be back. As the last strains of the Star-Spangled Banner, the national anthem play, and the colors come off the field, Morris, we'll have the coin toss here in just a second. Thank you again for joining us on Facebook, live on YouTube, as well as the officials come out now for the coin toss. The San Marcos Rattlers come in with a 2-2 record. They've had some battles with teams in the region. Lost their first game to Hutto, won against Madison in overtime, lost to Wagner, and last week they beat up the Alexander Bulldogs, the Laredo Bulldogs, 65-34. We expect to see a lot of running from the Rattlers and for that Eagle defense to be tested.
Well, that's what Coach Olivas and his offensive staff, defensive staff talked about in the prediction show, Ruben, that they are going to be they're going to be tested tonight to stop the running game. San Marcos, in essence, didn't threw for about like 60 or 80 yards their last game. And the Eagles were outstanding. Here, as the captains go out to midfield now to do the coin toss.
The battles are going to be in the trenches today between those that really big. We've seen a couple already of huge offensive linemen to watch out for San Marcos. The official now on the field, ready for the coin toss.
And here it is, the result of the coin toss.
San Marcos will be receiving. I believe the Eagles won the toss and deferred. San Marcos will be receiving. They will be going from left to right. The Eagles, in their visiting white uniforms, white tops, white pants, and of course those white helmets with the Eagle logo on top of it, will be moving right to left on your dial. David Eagleton is our referee today, along with Ned Butler, Hector Ramon, Ronald Baggett, David Laredo, Pete Hero, and Andy McAmey, the officials calling tonight's game.
For San Marcos, purple and white, their colors, it seems like, and they're wearing their home colors. They're wearing their purple jerseys, white pants, white numbers, and of course those purple helmets with white decals on them. As we get ready here for kickoff and for Ruben to take it away on the play-by-play.
We've got to mention it here at the top. Pretty impressive stadium. We're up here in a very nice press box, and they've got corporate sponsorship here. It's a very impressive layout here in San Marcos for these San Marcos Rattlers. Oliver Velez will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Again, the Eagles will be moving from right to left on your screen. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook and on YouTube Live. Eagle Pass Sports Central bringing you all of the coverage for both the Eagles and the Mavericks. The Mavericks will have score updates for them throughout their, I believe it's Southside in San Antonio today.
Eagles quickly fake an onside, and now here comes the kickoff.
Velez will put his foot to the ball. That kick is short. It's going to be fielded at about the 23-yard line. Fair cut there, and that will be where the San Marcos Rattlers will start. And you've got to keep a look in this triple option offense, Morris, for number 2, Jaden Brown, who will run you ragged if you're not careful.
Number 14 was the one there that fair caught that ball. That was Tony Diaz. Took no chances, and the ball is right at the 25-yard line. It is homecoming here tonight, and we're already seeing some extracurricular activity here on the home side.
Little powder went up there in the stands beneath us. So the Rattlers will start from the 25-yard line. Back to pass. And the pass is caught by Tony Diaz, and Diaz will take that all the way into the end zone for the San Marcos touchdown, a 75-yard touchdown strike from Isaiah De Leon to Tony Diaz.
Well, they faked the handoff into the middle of the line, and De Leon just stepped back, and they got behind our coverage, number 10. That was number 14, Tony Diaz, and very quickly, 75-yard touchdown strike, Ruben.
A long touchdown pass puts the Rattlers on the board, 6-0 the score for now. On for the point after attempt is number 11, Matthew Flores. The kick is up, and it is good, and that makes the score Rattlers 7, Eagles nothing, with 11:50 left in the first quarter. Seven to nothing is the score. Rattlers with a 75-yard touchdown strike to Tony Diaz. And now kickoff coming up underway. You see that kickoff formation, and now number 11, Matthew Flores, with the kickoff. It's going to be fair caught at the 23-yard line by Willie Frausto.
And Ruben, we pretty well saw very similar kickoffs here. They both faked an onside, and then they both kicked it short. And now let's see if the Eagles can quickly respond, as the Rattlers have scored on their very first play from scrimmage on that long pass play.
The Eagles will start at the 25. Stanwick puts a man in motion. He'll take it himself, and he's going to be brought down behind the 20. They'll mark him down right at the 20, a loss of 5 yards on the quarterback keeper for Isaiah Stanwick.
And let me tell you something. Stanwick, going to the right side, was going to throw on the run to the short side of the field, but that defender caught him from behind.
Quickly to the line come the Eagles from the 20 on a 2nd and 15. They'll look over to the sideline to get the call, ball on the far hash mark. No one is in the backfield with Stanwick. He's got 4 receivers to the left side of the formation, 1 split out wide right. Looks to this side. Pass is caught. Up near the 25 goes the receiver Isaiah Izar Mauricio, and Mauricio is dropped there.
Ruben, I think that's number 26.
Oh, it's TJ Mattis
yes.
Excuse me.
And I tell you what, the turf monster got him there.
So the Eagles at the 24-yard line now on the near hash mark. There goes TJ Mattis in motion. Stanwick with a short pass to Hernandez. Hernandez makes a catch near the 20, and he'll be dropped there by the zealous Rattler defense. And on comes the punting team for the Eagles.
Number 10, Xavier Harris, has been the man on defense here in this first set of downs for the Eagle offense. And the Eagles are 3 and out, going to have to punt this football away.
Willie Frausto will come on to punt. Back here is a man who caught the touchdown pass, Tony Diaz, waiting for the punt at his own 45-yard line. 7-0 is the Rattler lead. We've got 10:04 left in the first quarter. Punt is on its way, and it will go out of bounds near midfield over on the far side of the field. They're going to mark it right at the 50, and the Rattlers will pick up from there.
Well, the Rattlers, for their second possession, with really good field position, as the Eagles were pinned back by the Rattler defense.
9:57 left in the first quarter. Eagles are down 7-0 after a quick 1-play drive from San Marcos, a 75-yard touchdown strike.
As the very tight formation with 3 receivers to the right.
Here is the quarterback, De Leon, rolling right. Pass is incomplete. Intended here near the near sideline for Cutter Gage Webb.
He threw behind him as he rolled out to the near side of the field, threw on the run, and had 2 Eagle defenders on Mr. Webb.
9:49 left in the first quarter. Eagle defense trying to hold here on the Rattlers' second drive of the ballgame. Ball is on the far hash mark right at midfield. Isaiah De Leon, the senior quarterback, will be in the pistol formation with the star running back Jaden Brown behind him, 2 receivers here to the near side. Now Brown moves over to the quarterback's left. The carry is, now it's a keeper by De Leon. He'll go right up the middle of the formation, gets inside the 45 to the 44-yard line.
He faked the handoff to Brown and then took off over the left side of the line and got to the 43-yard line, it looks like.
De Leon with a 6-yard carry brings up a 3rd and 4 now for the Rattlers with 9:24 left here in the first quarter. The Eagle defense trying to hold on the Rattlers' second offensive drive of the ball game. Again, this is a team, the Rattlers are, that run heavily and rely on that triple option kind of formations. And you'll see it here is De Leon with 3 running backs in the backfield. The handoff is to number 27, Jake Rodriguez-Schultz, and Rodriguez-Schultz gets inside the 35 to the 34-yard line for a Rattler first down.
So the Rattlers on their second possession so far staying on the ground, Ruben.
8:51 left here in the first quarter. Fresh set of downs for the Rattlers. Ball on the far hash mark. good-sized crowd from Eagle Pass across from us here, and we want to thank all of you who are listening back home live on Facebook and YouTube, Eagle Pass Sports Central. Ruben Valadez and Morris Lipson along with you for the ride here from San Marcos. Here's De Leon now in the shotgun, takes a snap, looks left. The pass is caught by Brown, and he'll be brought down over on the far side of the field inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A quick slant pass over to the far side of the field that Brown was able to hurdle over one tackler and then taken out of bounds.
Brown will come off the field for this play. In comes Jake Rodriguez-Schultz, the second featured back in this offense. You'll have Tony Diaz, the man who caught the touchdown, split out wide right. De Leon brings his troops to the line at the 18-yard line. From the shotgun, takes the snap. The handoff is to Rodriguez-Schultz, and he stood up there by big number 34 for the Eagles, Devontae Monsivais, the junior linebacker, knifing in for the stop.
Also in on the tackle, number 31, Carlos, number 31 for the Eagles.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now for San Marcos. In comes again Tony Diaz and Corbin Sebesta, the wide receivers. 7.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Eagles trail 7-0. A 75-yard touchdown pass from Isaiah De Leon to Tony Diaz to open up the ball game. De Leon now takes the snap. It's a keeper right up the middle. He goes, and the Eagle defense will corral him as he nears the 10-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of a first down.
De Leon faked the inside handoff and then took it right up the middle. The Rattler offensive line is a massive offensive line here in front of De Leon.
6:54 left in the first quarter. A 3rd and 2 officially coming up for the Rattlers from the 10-yard line. They'll have a man split out wide left. Brown is in the game in the backfield, along with Rodriguez-Schultz. The toss forward is to Brown, who cuts up field on the far hash mark, and he'll get the first down at the 5. Number 42, Diego Villarreal, in on that tackle for the Eagles.
So the Rattlers have taken their second possession. They started at their 50-yard line, and they're now at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal.
6:17 left in the first quarter. 1st and goal for the Rattlers now from the 5. Eagle defense trying to hold tight after being surprised on the very first play from scrimmage for the Rattlers, a 75-yard touchdown pass from De Leon to Tony Diaz. Again, a tight formation in front of the quarterback, De Leon. Brown on his right. He's going to bring Diaz in motion. The handoff is to Brown, and Brown goes over left guard and into the end zone for the second Rattler touchdown of the game. 13-0 for the moment is the Rattler lead.
Rattlers have scored on their first 2 possessions to lead 13-0 with a point after coming.
That score coming with 5:54 left in the first quarter. Matthew Flores on for the point after attempt. It's a keeper by the holder on a botched extra point. He'll try to reach for the end zone, but the extra point is no good, though, and that makes the score San Marcos 13, Eagles 0 on a botched extra point attempt. The Eagles now will have the ball to try to get on the scoreboard.
It is 13-0 for those that just joined us. And Ruben, we've got pretty much, remember, I think it was the Bernie game, wasn't it? Bernie Champion, that we fell behind early and then fought back to win that football game eventually. But against here's where the Eagles have to show some resiliency.
Fell behind by a similar score, 14-0. The Eagle offense managed to come back. We've got 5:54 left in the first quarter here. The Eagles trail 13-0. The latest score, a 5-yard touchdown scamper from Jaden Brown.
And again, the They fake again the onside kick and now go back to a regular formation. We should have Mares back deep.
Kick is on its way. And it was a very short kick. The ball was on the ground at about the 35. They attempted a kind of onside attempt there, did the Rattlers. I believe the Eagles have fallen on it near the 35. The line of scrimmage will be the 35.
You know, Ruben, a little pooch kick, I guess you want to call it. Not really. They're trying to surprise the Eagle front men.
And they did just that, but one of the up men was able to corral it. The ball was on the ground there for a minute. The Eagles were able to fall on top of it. Ball on the far hash mark. Stanwick is in the pistol formation for now, with TJ Mares standing behind him. This handoff is to TJ Mares. He'll go up the middle of the formation, moves the pile a couple of yards to the 38-yard line.
Needless to say, Ruben, the Rattler defense is very much so keen on TJ Mares tonight.
2nd and 7 coming up now for the Eagles. Ball at the 38 as the Eagles driving their second offensive possession of the ball game, down 13-0 with 5:28 left in the first quarter. Stanwick now into shotgun. 3 receivers over to the far side. Takes a snap. Another handoff for TJ. Bounces right, and the Rattler defense is on him almost immediately. They'll bring him down after a loss of a yard to the 37, and it's a 3rd and 8 coming up now for the Eagles.
Number 43, Zechariah Martin, had really good penetration and got a hold of TJ in the Eagle backfield.
5 minutes exactly left in the first quarter. Eagles trying to maintain this drive and convert on 3rd down. 3rd and 8 coming up. Eagles moving from right to left on your screen. Stanwick into shotgun, has a diamond formation with receivers here to the near side. He rolls to this side, to the left side, looks up now. The pass is caught at the 40-yard line. He's got a lot of ground to gain. He has it. That's Sebastian Diaz, and Diaz gets the Eagle first down across the 45. Nifty moves from the young man there, Morris.
Oh, most certainly. He caught the ball. Then he reversed his field, headed back to the center of the field, and got the first down. The Eagles quickly up to the line of scrimmage.
The 47-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. From there again, Isaiah rolling right, caught by, again, number 11, Sebastian Diaz, and he is into Rattler territory at the 48-yard line.
Eagles just came back with the same recipe against Sebastian Diaz, and here they go in this hurry-up offense.
Quickly from the near hash mark, and a 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. He'll move Kyle Gloria across the formation. The handoff is to TJ Mares. He's got a blocker in front of him, trying the right side. He's at the 45. He's got room. At the 40, bowls over a defender as he nears the 35-yard line, and he has another Eagle first down across the field with the 35.
So the Eagles mix it up a little bit. They throw the football, and that opens up TJ Mares. It sort of the Rattler defense had to respect the pass.
From the San Marcos 35. Here is a quick pass to Diaz down here at the 40, looking for room. Wiggles a little bit, gets past the 35, inside of the 35 to the 34. It's a gain of a yard.
They did bring him over to the sideline. They did not let him cut the corner after that sideline pass.
3:23 left in the first quarter. Eagles down 13-0, but driving here in San Marcos territory. Ball on the near hash mark at the 34-yard line. Stanwick will take the snap, fakes the handoff to Mares. Right up the field he goes, and the pass is incomplete. Intended there for Sebastian Diaz again.
He faked the handoff to Mares to the middle of the line, and that was really crowded down there in the middle, wasn't it, where the Eagle receivers were?
There are a lot of bodies down there, and I think Diaz got held up a little bit by one of the linebackers.
I saw that, and I was waiting for a flag.
There was a little bit of a hold. They held him up a little bit there from running his route. 2 across the formation. Here's Diaz in motion now, going to the far side. Stanwick takes the snap, rolls right, sets up, now looking for someone open, and the pass is overthrown. Willie Frausto was in the area. It's going to bring up a 4th and 9, and in this part of the field, Morris, the Eagle coaching staff looks like they're going to leave their offense on.
Number 4, Jose Hernandez, was over there where that pass was incomplete. And the Eagles are going to go for this on 4th down. A tough 4th down conversion on 4th and 9.
It is. It's also that part of the field where a punt might be put into the end zone, and it's too long for a field goal. So the Eagle coaching staff deciding, unless this is going to be some kind of pooch from Stanwick, to go for it on 4th and 9. Maris in motion. Stanwick drops back, looks right. Now steps up in the pocket. He's got some room in front of him. He's at the 30, at the 25. There is a flag on the play. Stanwick makes it all the way over to the 2-yard line on the far side, but I think this is coming back because of the hold.
Well, it's in the area of holding, and oh, there it is. He called it right away, and that wiped away such a great run by Stanwick.
And, that hold was away from the play. The play was going over to the far side. That hold came down here, really behind the play and away from it. Didn't really affect much of what Stanwick was doing, but a hold nonetheless.
Most certainly not the penalty you needed on that play, as that now it's going the other way. They step it off back to the 44-yard line.
And it'll be a 4th and 19 from there. And now the Eagle punting unit will come onto the field. 2:53 left in the first quarter. Eagles down 13-0.
And such a tough break. That was just a real critical penalty there. They wiped out a great run by Isaac Stanwick.
Willie Frausto is the punter. Tony Diaz back here to receive, standing at about his own 10-yard line. The punt is on its way away from Diaz over on the far side. Takes a very good Eagle bounce, still rolling inside the 5 and still rolling all the way to the 2-yard line. A great job by Willie Frausto there, putting it in the coffin corner.
You read my mind. I was about to say that's the best way to call it. It put it it stayed in bounds. It actually hit about the 10-yard line and took an Eagle bounce and rolled out of bounds over at the 2-yard line. So here's an excellent opportunity for the Eagle defense to maybe 3 and out the Rattler offense and get some good field position with 2:53 left in the first quarter.
It's a field position battle, and hopefully the Eagle defense is able to stop them here. The Rattlers have 98 yards to go before reaching the Eagle end zone. 2:53 left in the first quarter. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on Facebook, Eagle Pass Sports Central, and live on YouTube. In the end zone, De Leon with the quarterback keeper hurdles a man near the 10 and is brought down at the 10-yard line, 2 yards shy of a first down.
De Leon just living up to his billing. A really tough, experienced quarterback. Runs the ball well and throws it well.
Lots of weapons on the ground for this San Marcos team, and De Leon used his feet there to get the Rattlers in a 2nd and 2. 2:25 left in the first quarter. Ball on the near hash mark. De Leon will be in the pistol formation. He's got the handoff is to Rodriguez Schultz, and up the middle of the formation he goes. Reaches the 14-yard line before being stopped there. In on that tackle for the Eagles, number 35, Diego Rodriguez, who's been busy this game. First down, though, for San Marcos from the 14-yard line.
They told us before the game that Ori Williams, number 79, would be on the left side of that offensive line, and he is almost 7 feet tall, close to, I don't know, maybe 250, 260 pounds, and they are running over to his side extensively.
He's moving people around from his position there at the end of the line. Big Ori Williams, number 79. Here is a full start, it looks like, that will be called pre-snap. A minute 44 left in the first quarter, and it'll be stepped off 5 yards against the Rattlers.
So that sets them back 5 yards, and it's now going to be 1st and 15 with 1:44 left here in the first quarter. If you just joined us, the Eagles trail 13-0 against the Rattlers.
Ball is at the 9-yard line. That is where San Marcos will have a 1st and 15 after the false start penalty on the last play. De Leon again will be with a fully loaded backfield. The handoff is to Brown. Brown tries the right side of the line, pushes the pile forward to the original line of scrimmage, the 14. It'll be a 2nd and 10 from there.
Making the initial hit, number 42, Diego Villarreal for the Eagles.
2nd and 10 now for the Rattlers. The line of scrimmage is the 15-yard line. Of course, the clock does move with an offense like this that's run heavy. not a lot of opportunities to stop the clock. So we're now at 1:07 left in the first quarter in a game that started at 7:30. Here's a keeper by De Leon trying the right side of the line, evades one tackler at the 20, puts his head down as he nears the 25, and he'll make it all the way to the 27-yard line where he'll be stopped there by Diego Villarreal.
Yes, number 42, Diego Villarreal latched onto him as he made his way over the right side of his offensive line and took the ball out to the 27-yard line.
Ball's at the 27 on the near hash mark, a drive that started for the Rattlers back at their own 2-yard line after an outstanding punt by Willie Frausto. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. San Marcos will, with what will no doubt be the last play of the first quarter, it's a pass attempt. It is juggled and caught by Tony Diaz down here near the 40-yard line. He's brought down by number 23, Aiden Lopez. And quickly to the line come the Rattlers. There's 15 seconds left in the first quarter. I don't know if they'll get another playoff, but the line of scrimmage is the 40.
Eagles have to be careful. They might try. Well, doesn't look like they're going to run another play, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
We'll switch sides of the field. We'll end the first quarter with a score: Rattlers 13, Eagles nothing.
Get my thing to go.
Back with you live here for the start of the second quarter. Eagles trading 13-0 and trying to hold on a drive that started for San Marcos back at their own 2-yard line. Thank you so much for joining us. We see all of you looking onto Facebook and YouTube. Eagle Pass Sports Central, happy to be here all the way in San Marcos to bring you all of the Eagles action. Start of the second quarter now, and it will start with a 1st and 10 for the Rattlers, now moving right to left. Eagles defending the end zone to your left. It's a keeper by actually Brown, who's got the ball, a direct snap for him, and Brown brings it all the way across inside the 45 to the 44-yard line now in Eagle territory.
They surprised us. They snapped the ball directly to number 2, Jaden Brown, and he came immediately to the left side of the line, right over where big old number 79 is.
That's where they go. You mentioned it earlier, partner, and we heard about it pregame from some of the media here in San Marcos. Big number 79, Ori Williams is the man that they'll follow. Ball on the near hash mark. A bunch of receivers here. Now De Leon will put Brown in motion. Looking away from there, though, looking here to the near side. Little screen pass caught by Cutter Cage Webb, and Cage Webb comes all the way here to the near side and is finally escorted out of bounds at the 31-yard line. It'll be another first down for the Rattlers.
You know, Ruben, don't you get the feeling that tonight the Rattlers are running the ball more, passing the ball more than they have been? They've adjusted, they've diversified their offense a little bit.
Absolutely. They knew that the Eagles would be expecting a heavy run game, and from the first play, a 75-yard pass play, already more pass yards than they've had in entire games thus far this season. 11-17 left in the first half. De Leon from the shotgun takes the snap, hands off to Rodriguez Schultz, who spins around after first contact and is brought down inside the 30 at the 27-yard line. A bunch of Eagle tacklers there. In among them is number 44, Freddy Gloria.
Freddy Gloria there to make the initial contact as the running back spun away, and the ball is on the near hash mark here at the 28-yard line.
2nd and 7 for the Rattlers now with 10:48 left in the first half. 3 receivers over to the far side of the formation. De Leon in the shotgun will take the snap, drops back, looks to that side, setting up a screen. It's caught by Brown at the 30, and Brown has a bunch of room down here on the near sideline, 15-10. There is a flag at about the 10-yard line. We'll see who that goes against. For the moment, Brown has gone into the end zone after catching a screen pass from De Leon, but we'll see what the official call is here. That flag again down at around the 10-yard line on the near hash mark.
And, it looked like the Eagle defense had got really good penetration on there, and because that's the way it was drawn up. It was a screen over to the left flat, and the runner, the receiver, just had 3 or 4 blockers in front of him down the sideline.
And Brown did the rest. The official still conferring right at the 20-yard line. And what that flag is about 10:31 left in the first half. Eagles trailing 13-0. And we'll see what the flag is here.
It probably doesn't look good for the Eagles as the Eagles are heading back toward the goal line. Well, there you go.
It's a hold against the Rattlers. The hold took place at the 10-yard line. They'll step it off 10 yards from there, and San Marcos ends up with a first down at the 20-yard line.
They stepped it off from the point of the infraction, which was at about the around the 10-yard line, like you mentioned.
So with 10:31 left in the second quarter, the Rattlers will come to the line of scrimmage, the 20. Ball on the near hash mark. 2 receivers here to the left side, 1 split out far right. De Leon back to pass, looks downfield, lets the pass go. It's caught by Diaz at the 9, and he is spun around by the Eagle defensive back. That's number 9, Robert Gutierrez, who pushes him back, and they will give him forward progress to the 12, a couple of yards shy of the first down.
Number 10, Diego Martinez, also there.
Very diversified offense. You've got to say that, Morris. They've got weapons on the ground. Tony Diaz has been outstanding in the passing game. And the Eagle defense now has, here's another flag, an illegal man, an ineligible receiver downfield against the Rattlers, and that's going to step them back some more to the 25-yard line where they're going to have a 1st and 15.
And it's still first down, though.
That's right.
The ball sitting at right outside the 25-yard line, and it's 1st and 15.
10:24 left in the second quarter. Eagle defense trying to hold on and trying to prevent the Rattlers from widening this gap. 13-0 is the Rattler lead against the Eagles. Ball on the near hash mark. De Leon takes the snap. The handoff is to Brown. No, he'll keep it there. It's a pass caught in the right flat by Rodriguez Schultz, and Schultz goes up the field inside the 15 to the 14. Again, in there on that tackle, Freddie Gloria.
You had number 1. That is Webb was hiding over here near the Rattler sideline, and the play went the other way, and nobody covered him. He was sitting here waiting for the football, but not even De Leon saw that. That's why they're calling a timeout.
That's right. First Eagle timeout of the half comes on the defensive side of the ball. Eagles trail 13-0. Coming out of that timeout, the Eagle defense facing a 2nd and 4. Ball on the far hash mark. The Rattlers has 2 receivers ready here on the near side in a fully loaded backfield. It'll be a handoff to Rodriguez Schultz, comes all the way here, turns the corner at about the 8-yard line, and then is stopped inside the 5 by Diego Garcia, the defensive back for the Eagles. The Rattlers now will have a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
9:52 here left as he went out of bounds, stopping the clock in the second quarter, with the Rattlers ahead 13-0, and the Rattlers again knocking on the door.
The Eagle defense has been on the field a long time in this ballgame. Time of possession clearly in the Rattlers' favor. This time, De Leon is under center. He'll turn, fake the handoff to Brown. He's got a man open down here, and the pass is caught by Cutter Gage Webb, open down here on the near sideline, and that'll make it 19-0 for the moment. We'll see if the Rattlers elect to go for 2 to catch up on the missed extra point. It looks like exactly what they're doing.
That's what they're going to do at 19-0 here with 9:27 left. And one of the things that I'm sure will be talked about at halftime is the Eagle defensive secondary coverage, as that receiver, Webb, was just wide open over here in the corner.
2-point conversion attempt here. Swing pass to the left flat for Tony Diaz. Diaz now with the forward pass, which is tipped and batted away. Good job by Robert de la Garza there of batting that thing away. It was a trick play as Diaz was looking for a receiver downfield. And so the point after is no good. The extra try is no good, and the score remains 19-0.
This is number 4 down here, Ruben.
Jose Hernandez waiting to receive this kick. Again, that odd grouping for the special teams. TJ Mares now will come out of the field at about the 20 to attempt. Again, the last time they tried it was kind of a pooch punt, so the Eagle special teams making sure that they do not get caught off guard. Here is the kick, and it will go out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. The penalty flag will fly, and the Eagles are going to get some good field position here.
They're going to get good field position, and it seems like the what they're doing tonight, especially on kickoffs, is they're keeping the ball away from TJ Mares and doing a good job of it so far.
So the Eagles will come out of the field for their third offensive possession of the ball game. 9:27 left here in the second quarter. Eagles trail 19-0, and on comes Isaiah Stanwick to try to move this Eagle offense.
You know, so far this Rattler defense keen on stopping the Eagle run, and they are forcing the Eagles to throw the football. And Isaac Stanwick is going to have to really have some good passes here.
Stanwick looks left, finds Kyle Gloria at the 45. Gloria tiptoes down the far sideline, and he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. The clock does stop with 9:21 as Gloria went out of bounds, and the Eagles have a fresh set of downs at the 42.
Expect the Eagles to come back here with a blitz offense. They're probably not going to huddle. They're going to go in a hurry-up offense.
1st and 10 from the 42. Here's a handoff to TJ Mares, tries to dance in the backfield, and quickly the Rattler defense is on him. Jaquavius Simmons there, the defensive lineman for the tackle, and they'll give TJ the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the 42.
Mares tried to go over the left side of the line, and that quickly closed up with a bunch of purple jerseys, and he just had absolutely nowhere to go.
The Rattler defensive line pushed some people around and got into the backfield to meet TJ Mares there. Stanwick now from the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side of the formation. He'll move Sebastian Diaz across the formation, drops back, deep drop, looks downfield, and the pass is overthrown, intended for Kyle Gloria. A lot of contact for Kyle Gloria and the defender there, but no flag on the play.
No flag on the play, and one thing that we are seeing is Isaac Stanwick's having good time to throw the football. His defense, his offense is doing a good job of giving him time.
Good job by that Rattler secondary, which is a little banged up coming in, but they've held up well today. 8:38 left in the second quarter. Eagles down 19-0, facing a really important 3rd and 10 now from their own 42-yard line. On the far hash mark, shotgun snap. Stanwick steps up in the pocket, looks left. The pass is caught by Kyle Gloria inside Rattler territory now at the 48-yard line and is brought down over there by Josh Aldana. But the Eagles have a first down at the 45-yard line in Rattler territory.
They caught him on the far side over there on a 1-on-1 coverage on actually the wide side of the field, and a really good pass that he had to really throw that pass well over across the field.
And Gloria, once he caught it, did something with it, had space to maneuver. The handoff to TJ Mattis, and again, the Rattler defense is on him very quickly behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard back here to the 46. Again, in on that tackle, big number 9 from the defensive tackle position, Jaquavius Simmons.
As again, the Eagles are going to have to try to start cutting the corners. They're going to have to start running wide.
They're going to have to spread out that Rattler defense. Again, Stanwick with the pass. It's caught by Diaz at the 40-yard line. He's dropped right there by a bunch of Rattler defenders. They'll give him the 39, and it'll be a 3rd and about 4 now.
One of the Rattler defensive backs, came out with a lowered shoulder, which is usually not a good sign.
Ran right off the field with his left arm, a little limp there. 3rd and 4 for the Eagles, 7:07 left in the first half. Stanwick waiting to get the play call. The Eagles do have 2 timeouts left in the first half, and I believe they're about to use one here. Indeed, as the play clock runs down, the Eagles will take their second timeout of the half. Big 3rd down coming up now for the Eagles on a 3rd and 4 from the 39-yard line. You'd like to think this is probably 4 down territory down here with 6:56 left in the first half. Stanwick looks left, now being flushed out of the pocket, rolling left. Here comes the defender. He stiff arms a man. Now gets said the pass is intercepted at the 32-yard line and brought down across the 35 to the 36. Number 20 with the interception, King Diaz, the senior linebacker. Stanwick was running out of room there. Morris did the best he could to get that
forward. One of the few
forward.
times that Isaac Stanwick got himself in a position where he got flushed out of the pocket, went back more than 10 yards, and actually had to throw a pass across the field and into traffic, and he got it intercepted.
That interception comes with 6:45 left in the first half. The Rattlers will take over at their own 37-yard line. 19-0 is the lead for San Marcos over the Eagles. 2 men on this side of the field for De Leon. There's a flag on the play. They're going to call a false start on the Rattlers. It'll cost them 5 yards, and it'll move the ball back to the 32-yard line.
Getting a message here from one of our listeners, Clay Brown's telling us that number 79 is 6'9", 305 pounds. So
there are some Division I recruiters buzzing around San Marcos High School looking for that young man. 6:45 left in the first half. De Leon looks to this side. The pass is caught by Diaz at the 40-yard line and quickly brought down at the 41 by the defensive back who was on him there. He had a couple Number 28, Felix Samaniego there on the tackle. Ball is at the 41 now. Second and about 1. No, ball is at the 41. Second and about 7 coming up for the
Here come
Rattlers.
the Rattlers to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap.
Pass tipped, intended for Gage Webb. And on the incompletion, it'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Almost intercepted. He kind of tipped it up a little bit, and it was lucky that the Eagle defender who was right there didn't get a hold of it. But
and so that'll make it a 3rd and 6 now with 6:12 left in the second quarter, and a big chance for the Eagle defense to get a very important stop here if they're able to. De Leon drops back in the pocket. Here comes the defensive pressure. The pass is caught by Diaz, who is open at the 45-yard line in Eagle territory, still on his feet and finally taken out of bounds over there on the far sideline by Aiden Lopez, but it is another Rattler first down.
He was open on the far sideline out there in the flat. Actually had a lot of cushion there, and before he finally was taken out of bounds.
6:02 left in the second quarter. The Rattlers are on the move again. In Eagle territory now at the 48-yard line, ball on the far hash mark. Gage Webb will be split out wide left here to the near side. De Leon from the pistol. The handoff is to Brown, has room in the middle of the line, hits the 40 and gets stood up there by the Eagle defense. Jake Zapata there in for the tackle along with the Eagle defensive line. Ball's at the 41.
It looks like, they're making some massive substitutions here. Ruben, the way this offense is run, they huddle right up very tight. And then they come in a real tight formation with receivers split really wide.
That's that triple option threat for De Leon on a 3rd and 6. The pass is incomplete, intended for Rodriguez Schultz here at the 41-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
But 34 for the Eagles was in De Leon's face. That was Devontae Monsivais, and that helped out that he did not complete the pass.
And so on 4th and 6, it looks like the Rattler offense is staying on the field. There's some discussion by the officials going on near hash mark at the 40-yard line.
The San Marcos coach is out on the field.
He is. Head coach John Walsh for the Rattlers, trying to get the officials' attention about something.
And they're kind of telling him to get back on the sideline. He's not happy, though.
Not happy about something. 5:23 left in the second quarter. The Rattler offense coming back out to attempt the first down conversion on 4th and 6. De Leon will be in the shotgun. 3rd. We've got 4th and 6 showing on the scoreboard, but 3rd and 6 showing over on the yard marker, and that's what the coach is complaining about. I had a 3rd down on that last play in my play chart here, and there's been some confusion, I think, between the yard marker down there and the scoreboard up here.
And now you've got Coach Olivas coming out as the officials confer after the Rattlers had to call a timeout to try to get it cleared up. But Coach Olivas is coming over here to check. The yard marker, the down marker definitely says 3rd down. The scoreboard has got 4th down. So we've got us.
I think it should be 3rd down based on my play sheet here.
I'll go with you, partner.
If you're the Eagles, it feels like the Rattlers got 2 3rd downs. If you're the Rattlers, you're saying you cost me a timeout because I had to call a timeout because of some kind of mistake.
And that's exactly what he's telling them. He's telling them, making the timeout sign and saying you cost me a timeout.
The officials are going to come and talk to him all the way now. We're in San Marcos territory, so somebody here at the stadium isn't doing the Rattlers any favors, they're the home team.
What's really surprising me is that he brings him over to the Rattler sideline, gets him off the field, and comes all the way over here to talk to him. And they're having a really big discussion over here, and of course the the Rattler head coach is getting his 2 cents worth.
5:22 left in the second quarter, and we're at a standstill here because there's been a confusion between the down marker and the scoreboard. The scoreboard says it's 4th and 6. The down marker says it's 3rd and 6. The ball is at the 39-yard line.
You got to hand it to both of them, the down marker guy and the guy over here on the scoreboard, because neither one of them is changing. Let's see which
That's
one
right.
changes.
They're both sticking to their guns.
Now the scoreboard is going to 3rd down.
And that should be correct. Again, I follow the plays here on my drive chart, and it should be 3rd down.
Like I said, I was going to go with you.
I appreciate you, partner. From the 39-yard line, 3rd and 6, 5:22 left in the second quarter, and the Eagle defense trying to hang on here. Now, what will be interesting is if the Rattlers, they got get their timeout back. Here's a run by De Leon on the keeper, and he gets inside the 35. We'll see if they'll give him forward progress to the line to get, which was the 33-yard line.
The mark where they spot this ball is going to be important, very important. And
they're moving the chains over on the far side, so they're going to call it a first down at the 33-yard line.
So everything else we talked about is now mute, and as we're going to go under 5 minutes, but the important thing for the Eagle defense is they've got to stop this Rattler drive.
They cannot let them score. The Eagles get the ball back first in the second half, and so if they can make a stop right here, it'll give them some momentum. De Leon with the low snap, looks up, passes intended for Diaz. It is caught out of bounds and incomplete.
You had number 21 for the Eagles there. That's Armando Leckler with excellent coverage as the receiver there was no way he was going to be able to catch that ball in bounds.
Leckler had a chance to intercept that as he was in front of the ball first and in front of the receiver. Diaz came down with it, but came down with it out of bounds. Clock does stop. 4:46 left in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Rattlers. Here is a handoff. It's a keeper by De Leon over to the far side, trying to turn the corner. Nothing doing there. He'll be escorted out of bounds over on the far side by Aiden Lopez and another Eagle defender, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And again, the clock stops as De Leon went out of bounds.
Literally escorted out of bounds by just a bunch of white jerseys on that far side.
3rd and 10 now for the Rattlers. They haven't been in this position. Actually, 3rd and 11 as De Leon went out of bounds and lost a yard. So the line of scrimmage is the 34, 3rd and 11 coming up for the Rattlers. Ball on the far hash mark from the pistol. De Leon takes the snap, attempts a reverse, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. The ball is loose. Brown trying to pick it up near midfield and still trying to run with it. The Eagle defense trying to bring him down, and they finally do at the 47-yard line. A great job by the Eagles. Number 7, Gunnar Caballero, was there, Morris, to break that play up as it was going to be a trick play, kind of a reverse.
Well, they had a man wide open over here, and once again, the official is calling him, I think he was calling him, there's a flag.
There is a flag at about the 39-yard line. This would be devastating if it were against the Eagles. I don't think it is, though, because the referee is talking to Tom Gonzalez about whether he wants to take the result of the play or the penalty.
And that's an interesting decision, isn't it?
It is. It's a hold against San Marcos. It's going to be declined, and so they'll take the result of the play, which is Brown being down all the way back here at the 47-yard line.
What a fine play by Gunnar Caballero, though. Really, I mean, he got good penetration, latched onto him. Ball came loose.
Knocked the ball loose.
Cost a fumble, and they were just lucky that it was picked up by Brown.
4:29 left in the second quarter. The San Marcos offense still on the field on 4th and 21. De Leon will take the snap, drops back, has a clean pocket. Pass is nearly intercepted at about the 28-yard line, overthrown, intended for Gage Webb, and the ball goes over on downs near midfield. The Eagles have 4:09 left in the second quarter to do something with good field position here.
Well, you know what? They were bringing the ball like if he had caught the football, which he did not, and now you're correct.
In this case, it's good that they didn't get the interception. Field position is much better when the ball goes over on downs than if they had intercepted that ball. 4:09 left in the second quarter, and the Eagle offense will come on for their 4th drive of the game.
Ruben, I'm going to put my money on the Eagles that they're going to put it in the end zone and get us a score before halftime.
They've got 4:09 left to do it. They've got to go 53 yards or so, 54 yards, as the ball is on the 47-yard line. Stanwick in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, has a good pocket. The pass is caught down here at the 36-yard line by Jose Hernandez, who's still on his feet inside the 30 and is brought down near the 20. They're saying the ball is down, but the officials are going to mark Hernandez down at the 27-yard line.
What a great catch and what a great move by Hernandez right here in front of the Rattler bench. He caught the football, spun around, and then tiptoed down the sideline inside the 30.
3:59 left. The Eagles do have one timeout left. Stanwick drops back again, steps up. Pass is incomplete over the head of Willie Frausto, who I think was in the area, and that was intended for. There is a flag at about the 6-yard line, and I think Frausto might have gotten held unless it's a push-off.
Let me tell you what. I just there's too much space. He's overthrown them by a lot, and that's not common because we know that Stanwick is well connected with these receivers.
Absolutely. If there was that much space, to your point,
Yes.
partner, it's because Frausto might have gotten held.
Yes, there was no way that he's going to be that much off on his pass.
I don't believe we've got a call from our referee yet. It is a pass interference against San Marcos, and it's going to be 15 yards towards the San Marcos end zone.
That play just baffled you and I, and everybody here. We got two very helpful helpers in here with us tonight. People that we know very well, young ladies that we know very well.
Two pretty young ladies up here with us in the booth. 3:48 left in the first half. From the 13-yard line go the Eagles. Stanwick rolling left, looking downfield, lets the pass go, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver inside the 5-yard line. That's Kyle Gloria. Stanwick had some room there if he wanted to run, but he kept his eyes downfield.
I think he thought about it there for a while, but then he saw him open there, but threw slightly behind him that time.
3:43 left in the second quarter. The Eagles trying to narrow the gap here as they trail 19-0 against the San Marcos Rattlers. 3:43 left in the first half. Ball is on the near hash mark inside the 15-yard line at the 13. Stanwick will be in the shotgun with TJ Maris on his left. Here is a pass. Again, they'll roll Stanwick left. He's got room in front of him if he wants to run. Instead, he decides to throw it to Diaz, and Diaz drops the pass at about the 7-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now.
Again, he ran to the far side of the field, threw on the run, and that, of course, that's his strong side. He's left-handed, and it was a good pass. We just dropped that one, and that's very unusual for our receivers.
3:37 left in the second quarter, and the Eagles now face a 3rd and 10 from the 13-yard line. They can still get a first down at the 3. 3 receivers all clumped up over on the left side for Stanwick. Comes this side, pump fakes to TJ Maris, lets a pass go, and it's caught by Jose Hernandez in the far corner of the end zone. Pepe Hernandez with an amazing catch puts the Eagles on the board, a 13-yard touchdown strike. We lost it a little bit on our screen, folks. It got the one corner of the end zone that we weren't able to cover for you, but you got to trust me. It was an amazing catch by Pepe Hernandez in the far right corner of the end zone to get the Eagles on the board. 19-6 now is the score.
You got the pylon marker over there. He caught it and just kept 1 foot in, and that is one of those plays you see on ESPN. Just a great catch and very good hands.
Excellent play by Pepe Hernandez. On for the point after is Velez. The snap, the hold, the kick is on its way, and it is no good. So with 3:31 left on the clock here in the second quarter, the Eagles trail 19-6. So the Eagles get on the scoreboard. 19-6 now is the Rattler lead. Here is Velez with the kickoff after the touchdown. It's going to be fielded by Brown at the 20-yard line, and he's going to have some room as he comes here to the far hash mark, still on his feet as he nears midfield, still going, and will finally be brought down inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Good field position to start this drive for the Rattlers.
And still 3:19 left on the clock here, as again the Eagle defense is going to want to, I think, do we have a penalty on here? Yes, we do. That is
the call from the official is a block in the back against the Rattlers, and that'll move them back into their own side of the territory. Interesting, the Rattlers didn't get their timeout back that they had to use for the scoreboard.
I don't think they were going to get it back.
Well, home field advantage. You think maybe they'll be nice to them there, but 2 timeouts left for the Rattlers here with 3:19 left in the second quarter.
It's just like in baseball. You tell kids to don't even look at the scoreboard. Don't worry about the balls and strikes on the scoreboard. Just play ball, because you're supposed to know. In this case, you're supposed to know what down it is down on the field.
Absolutely. Everyone's supposed to know and have their heads about them. Ball sitting at the 27-yard line.
This is a great penalty as far as the Eagles are concerned, because instead of having the ball in Eagle territory, look where it's at.
And now there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against San Marcos. So I don't know if they're going to move this ball back even further. There's a discussion going on down there at about the 27-yard line. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Something happened as the San Marcos offense was coming onto the field. They either said something to an official or they said something to an Eagle, because they're going to be penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct. That ball is going to end up at the 19-yard line.
You know, Ruben, now if we could get a turnover down there, we might score again before the halftime.
That would be ideal for the Eagles to do that. That defense has held up once already in this ballgame. They're looking to do the same here.
3:19 left. If you just joined us in the second quarter, the Eagles trail 19-6. And they're still talking about it, Ruben, over there. The officials are.
It seems to me that from where the spot was after the block in the back penalty, it should be 15 yards and an unsportsmanlike, which should set them back some more, but they're discussing it at about the 24-yard line. You never know with these crews. Sometimes if they haven't worked with each other, it takes a little bit to communicate. In any case,
or they're a little rusty on their math.
Well, that might be. We can't all be A&M grads and be good at math. Some of us went to journalism school and aren't good at math. 3:19 left in the second quarter. De Leon with the keeper looking for some running room on the left side of the line. He's got it and is brought down as he crosses the 25. Brought down at the 29-yard line.
34 with a great tackle for the Eagles. That was Devante Monsivais. I was wondering how you were going to fix that about the A&M grad there.
2:58 left in the second quarter. Again, De Leon with, this time it's a straight snap to Brown, and Brown gets brought down, has enough for a first down as he crosses the 30 to the 31-yard line.
So despite all the penalties we saw a while ago, it was still first down after the penalties. So, it was 1st and 10.
The start of the drive had a first down for the Rattlers. 2:44 left. San Marcos still has 2 timeouts left in this half. And the Rattlers will bring Brown off the field. They're going to bring in now number 32, Joel Sandoval, 2 receivers down here to the near side. De Leon with a full backfield. Take the snap. The handoff is to Rodriguez Schultz, trying to cut upfield. Good job by the Eagle defense of holding him up at the line of scrimmage, the 31-yard line. A bunch of Eagle defenders there.
Flies there at the end.
Oh,
let's hope it's not either
a face mask.
There was a bunch of Eagles latching on to him. And let's see what the call is here.
It's going to be a hold against the Rattlers.
We'll take it.
We will take it because it's going to be now a 1st and about 20. The clock does stop on the penalties. 2:18 still left in the first half. Again, the Eagles get the ball first in the second half. By the way, it's homecoming here in San Marcos, so there will be homecoming festivities. We can tell you that the senior class won the hall decorating contest. We heard that pregame. But 2:18 left here in the second quarter, and the Rattlers on the move, still with 2 timeouts left. This ball is at the 20-yard line, at the 21-yard line. 2nd and 20 to go from there for San Marcos.
And down here, number 27 of the Eagles, he's watching there. He was defending. That's Carlos Castañeda. And he saw the receiver move early. And
pointed it out to the officials, and they got a false start called against the Rattlers. And San Marcos moving now in the wrong direction. And, of course, the clock stops on all of these penalties, giving the Eagles a little more time should they be able to get the ball back before the end of the half. The ball is at the 16-yard line now. After that penalty, it is a 2nd and 25 for San Marcos.
We are under 2 minutes now.
A minute 56 left on the clock. Rodriguez Schultz in motion. The keeper by De Leon, who gets across the 20 and is brought down by the ankles at the 22-yard line. Number 20, Diego Garcia, in on that tackle. The clock is ticking. The Eagles have 1 timeout left if they want to use it here to try to stop the clock, because San Marcos, I can tell you, is in no hurry to call plays.
No, they're not. It's 3rd down, and they've got a bunch. It's 3rd and about 19 to go, but they're going to be content to let the clock continue to run.
Still no timeout called on the opposite sideline by the Eagles as the clock ticks under a minute 15. San Marcos is going to let the play clock run down to near zeros and then call a timeout. They do have 2 in their pocket that they're going to use. And here is a timeout called now, and that comes with a minute. Well, they need to stop the clock. 4 seconds run off the clock since the head coach called a timeout, and that's what you get when you come to the Rattlers' home stadium. The scorekeeper gives you an extra 4 seconds.
That's a hometown advantage.
Sure is. Third and 19, De Leon with the pass. It's caught at the 20 by Diaz, who's got some running room, trying to be brought down at the 30-yard line. He's going to be well shy of the first down as he's finally dragged out of bounds on the near sideline. And there was some stuff happening after the play, and it's going to cost the Eagles 15 yards.
It looks like all they had to do was just drive him out of bounds. And we were not smart, I guess is the best way I can put that. It was right in front of the Rattler bench. And it looks like we had him well in hand. And this is going to go, I'm almost sure it's a personal foul.
It is against the Eagles. 15 yards is going to get the Rattlers a first down, and it's a real momentum killer for the Eagles defense, who was going to stop the Rattlers, was going to create a 4th down. The ball, you think, was going to be punted, and the Eagles would have had 1 timeout left, but now the Rattlers come here to the 46-yard line with a fresh set of downs.
Not a smart penalty.
50 seconds left here in the second quarter. Ball on the near hash mark. De Leon looking to pass, looks left. Here comes the Eagle defense. He's going to get caught up between the defense and his own offensive lineman. It's picked up by number 78 off the ground, Brendan Jones. And Jones is dropped near the 45 at the 46. I guess that ball hit the ground. That's the only way Jones could have come up with it running like that.
It most certainly was a fumble. And I think they're going to call a timeout here. They're going to talk about it, and they do with 37 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout on the field. The Rattlers have used, or rather the Eagle defense has used their last timeout of the first half. And it is 19-6 with 37 seconds left here. And San Marcos trying to put some more points on the board before the end of the first half. Here comes the defensive pressure. They're going to sack him. Big number 34, Devontae Monsivais with the blitz. Gets De Leon down inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. The Eagles can't stop the clock anymore. And so this will probably be the last play of the half unless the Rattlers want to call a timeout.
Our scoreboard shows the Eagles with one timeout left, but and the Rattlers with none. Here he is, back to pass.
Trying to set up a screen pass. He's got Rodriguez Schultz at about the 40-yard line. He'll come here to the near side, try to get out of bounds to stop the clock. We show all zeros on the clock. The head coach for San Marcos wants a second back on the clock.
And let's see.
They gave them 4 a little while ago. They could have used them on that play.
And he's asking for it.
He's asking for a second to be put back on the clock. Rodriguez Schultz caught that screen pass at about the 35-yard line, came all the way down here to the near side. And by the time he got out of bounds, there were all zeros showing on the scoreboard. Head coach John Walsh asking the officials to put 1 second back on, and Coach Tom Gonzalez is out on the field asking the officials to send everybody into the locker rooms for the half.
And let's see what's going to go on here. And
that is the end of the first half. The teams will go into the locker room, and after a bunch of action, a game that started, Morris, with a 75-yard touchdown pass from De Leon to Diaz, the Eagle defense has actually done a good job of containing that Rattler offense, and the score for now is only 19-6. Of course, it should be 19-7. The point after attempt was no good for the Eagles, but we've talked about it a couple of times. The Eagles have the ball first in the second half. If they can do something with it, they're going to make this a close game.
Sum up the first half. We take away the very first play of the ball game where they surprised us and got behind us, and we have us a probably a 12-6 ball game or something like that. But as you know, they're going to go into the dressing room, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of adjustments made there as we come out for the second half.
We'll see what the Eagle coaching staff talks to their defense and offense about. Again, this is a team, the Rattlers, that scored 64 points last week, 65 points against Alexander. So the Eagle defense has done a good job of holding on. Of course, time of possession heavily in San Marcos' favor because that's the kind of offense that they run. But the Eagles, when they've been on the move, have been able to get something done. And, of course, that outstanding touchdown catch by Pepe Hernandez in the back right corner of the end zone to put the Eagles on the board. There will be halftime homecoming festivities here at Rattler Stadium. In the meantime, we'll leave you in the hands of our sponsors here on Eagle Pass Sports. And we want to thank everybody who's watching back home. The folks up here who made the trip to San Marcos, you'll see them across the field there, but a lot of you we know are listening to us on Facebook and watching on Facebook and on YouTube, and we want to thank you for the opportunity. In the meantime, here we'll leave you with our sponsors, and we'll be back for the second half. Out come the Eagles and the Rattlers. Welcome back for the second half of action between the San Marcos Rattlers and the Eagle Pass Eagles.
You know, Ruben, just for your Maverick fans back home, it was the Mavericks were trailing 28-7 against Southwest late in the fourth quarter.
Score update for you from there. The Mavericks in San Antonio against the Southwest Dragons. Koza Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium quiet tonight. Down in Eagle Pass. Morris, we talked about it off air during halftime. The Eagles have a real chance here. They get the ball back first in the second half, and it's going to depend on the adjustments they made to see if they can get something done, particularly in this first possession.
Well, they need to score. The offense needs to get going, and also the Eagle defense has got to do a better job on. I say a better job because actually they held the Rattlers to 19 points, a team that has been scoring. And here's the little ritual they do on. They fake the onside kick, and now they're going to kick it deep.
The Eagles have two men back here to receive. I think that's Pepe Hernandez over on the far side. And another man down here. Here's another pooch punt. It's going to be fielded. Nope, that's number 9, Robert Gutierrez. And Gutierrez is pushed out of bounds over on the far side of the field. Something happens here. You see a little fog, a little smoke down there on the bottom of your screen. It's the second time they do that in the opening kickoff. And it appears to be a tradition here. In any case, the Eagles will start this possession at the 33-yard line.
Well, the Rattler bench down there not really liking all that, whatever that is, whether it's smoke or flour or whatever it is.
Like some talcum powder maybe being thrown around there. Stanwick puts Diaz in motion. Shotgun snap. Looks left. The pass is caught and immediately dropped there. At the 29-yard line is the receiver, Kyle Gloria. I think that's number.
Got a flag there.
You know, it looked like the defender within the 5 yards, but it looked like the defender was kind of all over Kyle's back as that pass came in. And so it's going to be interesting to see what the call is here at about the 30-yard line.
Either that or the defender was offsides.
Might be. He was there fast. They're going to pick up the flag.
They're going to pick up the flag.
No flag, and so the result of the play is a 4-yard loss back to the 29-yard line. And it brings up a 2nd and 14 for the Eagles from there. Ball on the far hash mark. Just underway. 11:41 showing on the clock here in the third quarter. Just underway in the second half. Stanwick from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Mares. Now he's got to roll around, rolling to his left. Keeps his eyes downfield. The pass is caught at the 40-yard line. Still on his feet is Diaz. Diaz now comes here to the near side. He's got to be careful to keep control of that ball. He does, and he's brought down at the 42-yard line by Michael Garza, the linebacker.
Really fine recovery by both Isaac Stanwick and the receiver, who actually caught the ball on the far sideline over there and cut to the middle of the field trying to get more yardage.
Did a fine job of coming all the way down here to the near hash mark after catching that pass over on the far side of the field. This is still a third down for the Eagles, 3rd and 1. Stanwick from the 42-yard line puts Willie Frausto in motion across the formation. It's a keeper by Stanwick. He's got room if he can bring it here to the near side at midfield. Still on his feet. Down the sideline he goes. And Stanwick will take it to the house into the end zone. A 58-yard touchdown run by Isaac Stanwick.
Let me tell you, the Rattler defense, especially the defensive backs, underestimated Isaac Stanwick's speed. He cut the corner, and they figured that at about the 40 on front of the Rattler bench, he was going to go out of bounds. And he just turned on the rockets. You saw such a big difference as he outran him down the sideline to the end zone.
Turned on the jets here down the near sideline. On for the point after attempt is Velez. 10:35 left in the third quarter. That score coming early on in the second half here. The kick is on its way, and it is through the uprights and good. And the Eagles are right back in this ball game. 19-13 is the Rattler lead.
Well, partner, you called it.
They had to do something with the first possession, and they have. Back with you now here, Morris Lipson Jr. and Ruben Valadez. The Eagles have scored on their first possession, and they did it in about a minute and a half, Morris. 10:35 left on the clock in the third quarter. A quick strike offense by the Eagles has put them on the board again, and they are now just 6 points away as we await the kickoff from Velez. The kick is on its way. It's a good one. It drives Brown back all the way till about the 7-yard line, comes up to the far hash mark now, still on his feet, bouncing around Eagle coverage man, and is finally brought down as Brown at the 29-yard line.
Really good coverage by the Eagle kickoff team as they Speedy Brown came up the middle, and they're going to spot the ball at the 29-yard line. And now the Eagle defense is going to go to work. The Eagles have scored on their first possession of the third quarter as they received the kickoff, and it is now 19-13 Rattlers.
San Marcos, again, never in a particular hurry the way they run their offense. They're happy to just grind it out and run the clock. Will come to the 29-yard line. De Leon with the keeper comes here to the near side. Stiff arms a man at the 30 and is finally brought out of bounds as he crosses the 35 to the 36.
And one of the things that I'm sure they talked about at halftime is they have to contain De Leon, both his passing and his running. As that time he came to the near side of the field, and as you can see, probably leading the blockers there was big old number 79.
7-yard gain for De Leon there. Brings up a 2nd and 3 for the Rattlers. Ball on the near hash mark. De Leon in the shotgun. He'll hand off to Rodriguez Schultz. Put his head down as he nears the line of scrimmage and gets near the 45 to the 44-yard line, and it's a first down for San Marcos.
Coming up to make that tackle for the Eagles is number 7, Gunner Caballero, who came up and just met him head on.
He's had a great game, has Gunnar Caballero, from his defensive position. Ball at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for San Marcos. Want to say hello to the Herrera family back in Eagle Pass. Jaime and his wife, Jessica. Here's a carry for Brown. Brown trying to bounce it outside, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line. In on that tackle, number 44, Freddie Gloria, who's had a good game.
Freddie Gloria came in pursuit and was able to bring Brown down.
Line of scrimmage is the 45. Now, again, of a yard there. 2nd and 9 coming up. Also, our good friend, Chago Herrera and his wife, Marta, their daughter, Lottie, all of them down there listening to us on Eagle Pass Sports Center. We want to say hi to them. Chaguito should be on the road with the Mavericks. Wish him safe travels as well. Here's the keeper again by the Leon. He's got room on the right side of the line. He nears the line to get for a first down, which is the 47, and I believe they're going to give him the spot to get the Rattlers a first down. You're right, Morris. They've got to figure out how to contain De Leon.
They got to figure out how to contain him as he keeps the ball, goes right and left, and that time met him right at the first down marker.
8:35 left in the third quarter. Eagles down 19-13, and the Eagle defense trying to stand up against this Rattler offense.
You're right about the clock. They work the clock really well.
This offense is built to bleed the clock. Rodriguez Schultz with the carry comes here to the 40-yard line and is finally brought down there. In on that tackle, number 42, Diego Villarreal. And it brings up a 2nd and 3 for the Rattlers.
You know, the Rattlers started this drive with 10 minutes and I think 35 seconds or something like that.
10:27 on the clock when this drive started. They are now in Eagle territory at the 40-yard line with 7:46 left on the clock. The Rattlers trying to get their offense set. Head coach John Walsh is all the way in the field. Now the Leon from the shotgun. Handoff is to Brown. Brown turns the corner wide. Now gets going north and south. And he gets inside the 30. They'll give him forward progress to the 26-yard line. A huge gain for Brown there, who caught the defense off guard. The Rattlers are going to have a first down at the 26.
Number 2, Jake Zapata was over there to make the tackle along with a bunch of white jerseys. But nonetheless, he gets to the 26 and gets the first down.
Got into the defensive secondary. First and 10 for the Rattlers now. The Leon looking to pass. He's got a man open here. That's Rodriguez Schultz. Makes the catch at the 25 and has plenty of room to roam before being pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line by Felix Samaniego.
They gave number 27 just a lot of cushion over here on the left flat. And Rodriguez Schultz made the most of it.
Going to be first and goal now from the 10-yard line for the Rattlers.
We've got one of the coaches talking to the officials. He's out on the field over here. And I think that they're telling him it's a sideline violation.
Yeah, they're going to give him a sideline warning. I think at least the official down here on the near sideline will. John Walsh has been on the field most of the night. The head coach for the Rattlers, quite vocal with the officials.
Well,
6:52
he's getting on
left.
the field to call the plays, though. And he's bringing his players and then makes his substitutions, and he's working the play clock.
He's a play caller, is the head coach for the Rattlers. 6:52 left. Here's a carry by Brown. Gets stuffed up and then goes to the right side of the line. Finally flipped over near the 5 at the 6-yard line. We want to say hi to our friends, the Morin family, Christina and Raymond Morin, listening down there in Eagle Pass. Also, and watching down there in Eagle Pass. We want to thank them for joining us this evening and wish them the best.
That run to the 6-yard line, where it's 2nd and goal now, as the Rattlers, leading 19-13, are knocking on the door again.
6:18 left in the third quarter, and the Rattlers are on the move. 6 yards away from the Eagle end zone. Tony Diaz in motion. The handoff is to Rodriguez Schultz right up the middle of the formation. He goes and in for the 6-yard touchdown, makes the score 25-13.
So the Rattlers answer very quickly here on their first possession of the second half to equalize that touchdown that Isaac Stanwick scored. And here comes the point after as the Rattlers lead 25-13.
6:05 left in the third quarter. 2-point conversion here on a unbalanced line, kind of a picket line play. And again, the Eagles keep the Rattlers out of the end zone on the 2-point conversion. So the score remains 25-13.
And he tried to go over the right side of the line, and the Eagle defense came up and made the tackle, keep him out of the end zone, and it's 25-13 here, 6:05 left.
Here's the kickoff. It's going to be fielded at the 29-yard line by Robert Gutierrez. He'll try to go to the far side of the field with it, and he's pushed back and brought down by the coverage team for the Rattlers there at the 31-yard line. And again, the Eagles will set up shop there, and Morris try to do it all over again.
Here we go. And very quickly, some scores from the Mavericks district. The Mavericks, their game is over. Southwest 28, the Mavericks 14. Final also Cigarroa 27 and Legacy 22. In the fourth quarter, Southside leads Medina Valley 26-21. And a tight ball game, South San against Martin 27-25 late in the fourth quarter.
Scores from around the Maverick district. Here's Stanwick now from the 31-yard line. Passes.
I believe it's caught, isn't it?
Looked like it was caught. I don't know if Gloria lost it. I don't think it was. It fell out of his hands right as he turned upfield. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That was way over in front of the Eagle sideline, and it looks like he had a catch, but obviously as he turned to go out of bounds, it fell from his hand.
5:53 left in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Here's Diaz in motion coming into the near side. Stanwick drops back, pumps once, lets the pass go, and he wasn't communicating there with Willie Frausto, and the pass falls incomplete.
So the Eagles with a big third down here with 5:50 left in the third quarter.
3rd and 10 now for the Eagles. Just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Both teams have scored with the ball here in the second half. The Eagles need to keep this drive alive. 3rd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Ball on the far hash mark. Here is Stanwick rolling out to his right. Has a lane. Lets the pass go. It's caught by Diaz at the 40, then fumbled at the 45. And number 7, Michael Garza, will fall on top of it. And it's the second turnover of the ball game for the Eagles. And the Rattlers are going to take over at the 45.
Sebastian Diaz caught that ball coming toward the near sideline. And as he got hit by his defender from behind who reached around and knocked the football out.
So the ball will go over after the fumble, and the Rattlers will pick it up at the Eagle 45-yard line with 5:42 left here in the third quarter. And now pressure on the Eagle defense to not let this Rattler offense score any more points.
You know, we talked about it that the Eagle offense has got to sustain some drives and keep the Eagle defense off the field.
Time of possession is what hurt him in the first half. Here's De Leon looking around, gets tripped up, and is down as he crosses the 45, and De Leon is injured down there on the field. Now he's getting up and looks to be okay. The line of scrimmage will be the 38.
And he will be coming out of the ball game on his own power. I'm kind of wondering if maybe he cramped up or something, or maybe he felt something pop.
He got hit right as he reached the ground there, and I think that's what he's pointing to the officials. We'll see who comes out at quarterback now.
Well, we've seen number 2 take a bunch of snaps, direct snaps.
Brown's been maneuvering in the Wildcat. We'll see who comes out of the huddle there with the play call. The snap, the throw here, that's number 1 is the quarterback. The catch is made by Tony Diaz. Cutter Gage Webb in at quarterback there, and I believe we're going to see De Leon back on the field after that play, a gain of only about a yard or so to the 39.
Coach is looking back here and saying whether De Leon's going to go back in there, but it looks like number 1 is going to stay at quarterback. What I don't understand is why they're letting these 2 coaches go out that far on the field to bring in every play.
It's what we were mentioning before. They've gotten a lot of leeway in being able to go out really, almost to the numbers there on the sideline. And now the Rattlers are going to call their first timeout of the second half. 25-13 is the score.
Ruben, not to be picky, but man, they're out on the numbers out there. Both the head coach and the offensive coordinator or somebody calling the plays, and they got the quarterback right there with them every play.
Yep, they're right there on the sideline, not just sending the plays in, talking to their offensive staff, but also giving it to the officials for a lot of the games. So, again, a lot of leeway as you've got the coaches going out, a good 5 yards out of the field, at least out to the numbers. We'll stay with you here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. We want to thank all of you who are joining us tonight. We want to say hi to Alex Soto. We want to say hi to the Eagle Pass High School percussion, Mighty Eagle Band percussion boosters. I want to make sure I get all of that in there. So they're listening too. Mighty Eagle Band will be in competition tomorrow down there in Carrizo Springs. 3rd and 6 for the Rattlers from the 39-yard line. De Leon back in the game, takes the snap, drops back, trying to set up the screen, and it's overthrown, intended for Brown there at about the 40-yard line. Pass falls incomplete, and now the Eagle defense has to hold on 4th down.
Well, what do you think here? Do you think maybe they might punt this football away and try to get the Eagles? There they go.
That's surprising to me. I didn't think that they would, but they are going to try to, I guess, pin them deep. You always have to be careful here not to get sucked in and have the punter, get it behind you, or have the punter or the upman run this, or try to run this for a 1st down.
And there's nobody back.
Nobody back to receive this punt for the Eagles, and now we'll have the second timeout of the second half called by the Rattlers, and it comes with 4:29 left in the 3rd quarter. Still a lot of time. We'll see if they end up needing those at the end of the game. Here we go on 4th and 6. Gage Webb with the punt, and it will go out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, 13-yard line down here. Nobody back to receive for the Eagles. Wouldn't have mattered much the way that punt was angled. And on to the field. Good job by that Eagle defense of holding after the turnover. The Eagles offense now has a real chance to make up some ground here, down 25-13 with 4:21 left in the 3rd quarter.
Next thing we're going to have to look for is we're hoping the Eagles will sustain a drive here and get in the end zone. but whether number 5 is going to return for the Rattlers.
It'll be interesting to see if De Leon comes back in after they take a look at him on the sideline here. Ball on the near hash mark at the 13-yard line. Stanwick into shotgun. He's going to put Willie Frausto in motion here to the near side. The handoff is to TJ Maris, trying to turn it wide over to the far side of the field, is able to get to the 20 and then pushed out of bounds. And I guess he was pushed out right before leaving the field because there's no flag over there. It looked to you and I, partner, with the naked eye from up here, like maybe that might have come late.
I thought he pushed him a little late and a little hard after he was out of bounds. But a good run by TJ Maris to the far side of the field as he was able to get good yardage on first down.
2nd and 3 for the Eagles now after that 70-yard gain by TJ Maris. First time we've seen him in a while in this ball game, trying to loosen up that defense and bring him in closer. Stanwick takes the snap, rolls right, has his eyes downfield, looking for someone to come open. The pass is incomplete, intended down here for Chris Frausto, Willie's brother. Brings up a 3rd and 3 now.
You know, we kind of keep thinking in the back of your mind when they're going to take Maris out of the backfield and throw the football to him.
Little swing pass either on the flat, get him out in space, or a little angle route maybe in the middle of the field to be able to get some running room for TJ Maris. 4:04 left in the third quarter. Eagles down 25-13 with a very important third down conversion attempt here. 3rd and 3. Stanwick is in the backfield all by himself, takes the snap. Here comes the blitz, rolls left. He's got room, and he's able to get the first down. There's a flag down here near the line of scrimmage, and this looks to be in the area of a hold against the Eagles.
And it's over here by where around the 15-yard line where you had about 3 Eagles on one defender in a purple jersey.
It is a hold against the Eagles. It's going to cost them 10 yards. Back to the 10. More importantly, it turns what was a 3rd and 3 into now a 3rd and about 13.
Well, not only that, Isaac Stanwick had hurdled over there on the other side of the field to get the first down, it looked like, and now most definitely it's going to make this a passing play.
3:55 left in the third quarter.
They're still talking about it here.
They came down to the near side to ask John Walsh to explain the play to him and explain his options to him. No doubt he'll take the penalty and push the Eagles back 10 yards. The ball now ends up at the 10-yard line, and it is indeed a 3rd and 13 from there. The play calling changes, Morris, and we'll see what the Eagles do here.
Got 3 receivers to the far side and 1 over here to the near side, with Isaac Stanwick back with nobody with him.
3rd and 13. Stanwick is in the backfield all by himself. He'll take the snap, looks right initially. The pass is caught there by Willie Frausto, and the San Marcos defense is all over him. And then they'll say that that's a fumble and picked up. It can't be a fumble because Frausto never had control of it unless, well, no, it is a fumble. He caught it and was brought down there at about the 10-yard line. The ball came loose. The call on the field for now is that the Rattlers defense picked it up and ran it into the end zone for a touchdown. We'll wait for the officials to tell us officially.
The officials are talking about it, but it doesn't look like anything's going to change as the official is spotting the ball for the point after at the 3-yard line.
Back-to-back fumbles on consecutive possessions for the Eagles. The score for the moment is San Marcos 31, Eagles 13 with a point after attempt coming up. Here is a 2-point conversion try. No good. The Rattlers haven't been good at 2-point conversions so far in this game, and that leaves the score at San Marcos 31, Eagles 13. 31-13, the score now. 3:47 left in the third quarter. Morris, one of the things that a play like that does is it stops your momentum cold. The Eagles now are going to have to find a way to get back on the ball and get something done here. This kick is fielded at the 35-yard line by Robert Gutierrez, who's coming out here to the near side, heads upfield, and is brought down across the 40 at the 41-yard line.
We have an Eagle that is down at about the 35. As the Eagle training crew goes out there.
Eagles will start at the 41 with 3:39 left in the third quarter. The Eagles have come back. We've seen them do it this season. They did it against Bernie Champion. We mentioned that early on. They've done it at least one other time where they've had to claw back. This is a difficult gap here, but with this kind of quick strike offense that the Eagles have, it's certainly always within the realm of possibility.
But you've got to, besides quick strikes, the Eagle defense has got to 3 and out the Rattlers and get the ball back.
Right. When the Rattlers do get the ball back on offense, we know that they like to grind the clock. The Eagle defense has to be ready to get them off the field in 3 downs. That's Kyle Gloria heading back to the far sideline.
And he's getting up on his own power and walking off the field, which is a good sign.
Always a good sign. Of course, one less weapon for Stanwick here as the Eagles get started at the 41-yard line. Ball on the near hash mark. 3 receivers here to the near side. That's Willie Frausto in the slot. Sebastian Diaz and Pepe Hernandez down here on the near side. And Chris Frausto over split out wide left. Stanwick from the shotgun has TJ Mares on his left. Moves Pepe Hernandez in motion. Stanwick rolling left. Pass is caught by Pepe Hernandez at the 45-yard line, and he'll go up the field and towards the far sideline. He's taken out of bounds at the 49.
Really close to a first down. Not quite, though, as he's going to be short.
About 2 yards, 2nd and 2. That 8-yard pass play. Eagles have to move quickly now. We're still in the third quarter. 3:32 left. Clock stops as Hernandez went out of bounds. 3 receivers over to the left side now. Here's a keeper by Stanwick. The defense closes in on him, reverses his field now, trying to get the 2 yards he needs for a first down, and he's going to lose about 2 and go out of bounds at the 48-yard line, 47 over on the far side of the field.
Stanwick was coming to the wide side of the field, which was the wide side of the field, and then reversed and went to the far side and did cut the corner, but I think he actually lost some yardage as he stepped out of bounds.
Lost 2 yards, so it's a 3rd and 4 now for the Eagles with 3:23 left in the third quarter. Stanwick from the shotgun has 2 receivers on either side of the formation. TJ Mott is there in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff. The pass is caught in Rattler territory at the 48-yard line by Chris Frausto over on the far side of the field, and they'll move the chains for the Eagles.
Really pinpoint pass. That was a laser caught by Frausto over there, and he was right where he needed to be with good field presence.
Got the first down. Fresh set of downs for the Eagles now from Rattler territory from the 49-yard line. Stanwick with the ball on the far hash mark will be in the shotgun. He's going to move Pepe Hernandez. Stanwick rolls right, looks downfield, lets the pass go. It's caught by Hernandez at the 45-yard line, and he's brought down at the 43 by King Diaz.
Hernandez came in underneath. The Eagles did send a receiver down the sideline, and Stanwick run into his offside with a really good pass.
Going to be a 2nd and 4 now for the Eagles from the 43-yard line. Ball on the near hash mark. Stanwick, again, has TJ Matas in the backfield with him. The snap, the handoff is to TJ, who's got room on the left side of the line. Turns the corner at the 40, still on his feet, puts a stiff arm up. As he nears the 35, TJ Matas is going to get the Eagles a first down. New line of scrimmage is the 36.
had a blocker out there actually who came back to block. That was number 11, Sebastian Diaz, who actually did a good job and helped Mares cut the corner on the far side.
2:07 left in the third quarter. 31-13. Eagles trail the Rattlers, but they're on the move here. They can get a score here and maybe get the ball back in the fourth quarter. They might make this interesting. Stanwick in the shotgun, two receivers on either side of the formation. It's a quarterback draw. Stanwick has room over on the left side. Runs out of bounds as he crosses the 30 to the 28, a couple of yards shy of a first down.
Let's see where they're going to mark this, because I thought he got the first down, but no, that's not what you're right. That's not where the spot is.
He came up about 2 yards shy. The ball is at the 28-yard line, needs to get to the 26. Ball on the far hash mark. Stanwick will have two receivers on either side of the formation. This time TJ is on his right. Here comes Sebastian Diaz in motion. It's a keeper again. He'll follow his blockers. Will Stanwick cuts up field now, and he's inside the 25, brought down at the 24-yard line, but it's good enough for an Eagle first down.
You're seeing they're holding TJ Mares in check because they're keying on him. They've had a shadow on him all night long, but now Isaac Stanwick is making up for some of that.
They've used him in the running game here in this drive. We'll see if they continue to do that with 1:33 left in the third quarter, and the Eagles down 31-13 in Rattler territory now. Stanwick rolls left, looking downfield. No one's open. He's going to have to eat it and is pushed out of bounds. He kind of tossed the ball at the end, I think, hoping for it to count as an incompletion and not a sack. We'll see what they do if they count him as in the grasp. And, yep, they're going to count the lost yards from where he stepped out of bounds. Now they're calling it an incomplete pass.
Wow, what a heads-up play if it stands by Isaac Stanwick, because he would have lost a bunch of yards out to the 35 had he not thought about it and just thrown it away at the last moment.
Instead, it's a 2nd and 10 as he tossed that out of bounds, as you mentioned, at the very last second before stepping out of bounds. Here is Stanwick, high snap, brings it down, drops it back, now steps up in the pocket. He's got the defense coming. He's got to be careful with that one. Oh, Sebastian Diaz pulled it out from midair and is still on his feet as he approaches the sixth partner. That looked like an interception to us when it left his hand, and Sebastian Diaz went up the ladder and snatched it away from in front of the defensive back.
He had the defensive back in front of him. Sebastian Diaz saw the pass coming, and he stepped very quickly in front of the defender, went up, like you said, climbed the ladder, and made just a great catch to put the ball inside the 10.
And then kept moving, and so the Eagles now have a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line with 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Man in motion, that's Willie Frausto. Stanwick keeps it himself, tries the middle of the formation, still on his feet. He's got to hold on to the ball as he nears the end zone. They'll bring him down at the 2-yard line, again at 5 yards, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Stanwick fighting for the end zone as he went right up the middle and gets it to the 2-yard line.
Just under 30 seconds left in the third quarter. The Eagles would love to score before the end of the third quarter, and it gives them a whole quarter to try to stop the Rattler offense and get some more points on the board. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line for the Eagles with 15 seconds left on the clock. Stanwick will be in the backfield with TJ Mares on his left. The handoff, no, it's a keeper by Isaac, and he's got the Eagle touchdown as he follows the left side of his line with 6 seconds left in the third quarter. The Eagles have added 6 points to the scoreboard with the point after attempt coming up.
Stanwick faked the handoff to TJ Mares and then went off to the left side and knifed into the end zone. And this is a 2-point conversion, no doubt. With right now 31-19, the Eagles would like to make it 31-21.
31-19, the score for now. The Eagle offense stays on the field for the 2-point conversion. The Rattler defense looks a little discombobulated there. Here's the snap, and we have a timeout called, I believe, by the Eagles right before the snap.
Well, let's see if that's what it looks like. And with 6 seconds left, they're going for the 2-point conversion.
6 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Eagles have called their first timeout of the half. Eagles will attempt a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown by Isaac Stanwick, 31-19 is the score for now. Stanwick from the shotgun has Pepe Hernandez in motion, fakes to TJ. The pass overthrown, intended for Jose Hernandez over in the far corner of the end zone. 2-point conversion is no good. There are 3 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. Eagles down 31-19.
Well, the Eagles have cut into this lead, did not make the 2-point conversion, but they go in, there's 3 seconds, so they're going to have to kick this ball off to the Rattlers to end the third quarter. But then we've got a whole quarter of football where the Eagle defense has really got to step up and get the ball back to the Eagle offense to see if we can make up this 12-point difference.
The situation is tailor-made for this Rattler offense. They like to grind it. They like to run it. They like to take their time as seconds tick off the play clock. And so the Eagle defense has to pretty much now in this quarter limit them to 3 and outs. Otherwise, the Rattlers will just run the clock on you here in the fourth quarter. There are 3 seconds left. It was homecoming here tonight at Rattler Stadium. We had a big crowd right below us here as we look above the press box, our location here on the home side of the field. And a lot of these folks might have been here for homecoming festivities as we see the stands clearing out a little bit now.
But, Ruben, we've got, a good crowd from Eagle Pass, over on the far side of the field following the Eagles.
All those folks made the trip up here to San Marcos. We want to say hi to all of the graduates that are listening to us from Texas State University and from the former Southwest Texas State University. A lot of former alumni, and we want to say hi to all of them and thank them for joining us. They have put 6 seconds back on the clock here, so we're at 9 seconds until the end of the third quarter, waiting down on the field for the kickoff.
Now they've took it back to 6.
No, now they're to 6. The clock has been at 3, then it went to 9. Now it's down to 6. Some interesting
clockwork.
I like that, partner. Some interesting clockwork here tonight on that scoreboard up in San Marcos. We want to thank the folks here at the ISD. They've been really hospitable to us here in the booth, and they set us up in a great location, so we want to thank them all.
A really great facility here.
All things aside, an amazing facility here at Rattler Stadium. They're going to have to hold this for Vélez maybe, as that ball blew off the tee already once. Now Vélez is getting set with officially 6 seconds left on the clock before the end of the third quarter.
Pretty heavy wind has picked up. Look at the flags.
It has. It knocked the ball off the tee once already. Vélez will approach it on the kickoff. Kick is a short one. It's going to be fielded by Rodriguez at the 30. And Rodriguez takes it across the 45. There is a flag. Oh, no, that's the tee. That's on the field. Ball will be at the 47-yard line. That's the last play of the third quarter. And the Eagles will start the final quarter of the game down 31-19. Start of the fourth quarter here from San Marcos. Eagles trail 31-19 in what's been for the Rattlers, Morris, particularly here in the second half. They've shown kind of everything, the diversification of their offense, all of the weapons that they've got. More importantly, they've been able to grind down the clock.
You know, the referee just started the play clock, and you know these guys are they come up quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Flags fly before the snap. It's going to be a false start going against the Rattlers.
And we still have 12 minutes on the clock, as that was a pre-snap penalty.
After the 5 yards, the ball is at the 43-yard line.
And back into the ball game is number 5.
De Leon back in. Isaiah De Leon, senior quarterback for the Rattlers. Again, San Marcos came in at 2-2 in the season, having lost to Wagner already in this game, in this season. Here's a keeper by De Leon. Looks good as he runs upfield at midfield and into Eagle territory as he crosses, gets inside the 45 to the 44-yard line.
Recovers a lot of and more of those the 5 yards that were penalized, and it's second down with about 2 to go.
2nd and 2 from the 44-yard line for the Rattlers, and again, they are in no particular hurry here, just taking their time, letting the play clock wind down before the snap. 11:27 left in the ball game. Eagles undefeated thus far this season, looking to get back in this ball game. De Leon looking downfield. There's the pass, and it is incomplete, intended for Tony Diaz, the receiver over here. Good job by the Eagles secondary. Number 27 was in on the coverage.
We had 3 Eagle defenders over there. He drew a crowd. De Leon was actually flushed out of the pocket to the right side and had to throw on the run.
So 3rd and 2 now for the Rattlers. The Eagle defense trying to hold them here and get the ball back for their offense in the 4th quarter. Just a little over 11 minutes left before the end of the ball game. De Leon takes the snap. Quick handoff to Brown. Brown gets across the 45, and he's going to be short about 2 yards. They bring him down at the 44-yard line.
They strung Brown out over to the open side of the field, the wide side of the field, to the right. And now I'm sure they're not going to punt.
Good job by the Eagle defense there, though, of containing Brown. The Rattlers face a 4th and 2 now, 10:45 left in the ball game. Ball on the near hash mark. The Eagle defense has to come up with a big stop here. Tight formation. De Leon will take it himself. He gets stopped. I don't think he got it. This ball is going over on downs. De Leon stopped at the 44-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Big number 44 in on that tackle, Freddy Gloria, who's had an amazing night, and the ball will go over on downs.
44 was there, but also plugging the hole there was number 7, Gunner Caballero. And Caballero having a really excellent ball game here on defense, and that was huge.
A big defensive stand for the Eagles, and the offense gets good starting field position here from their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Stanwick is in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Here's a reverse to Kyle Gloria. Now the flea flicker back to Stanwick. He's got a man open. Willie Frausto makes a catch at the 20 and then stumbles close to the 10-yard line. They drew it up perfectly. Frausto had room in front of him and just couldn't get his feet under him, Morris, but the Eagles are in business at the 11-yard line.
A double reverse flea flicker. I guess that is the best way to put it. And had Mares going one way, and then he flipped it to the receiver, who flipped it right back.
Quickly to the line are the Eagles. They can still get a first down at the 1-yard line. Stanwick rolls right, looking downfield. He's got Sebastian Diaz open. Diaz with the catch at the 6-yard line and gets pushed out of bounds over on the far side of the field. The clock does stop as Diaz goes out of bounds.
If you had to reach into your bag of tricks way before Halloween, that was it.
That was the time to do it, and it worked well. Stanwick with the strike to Willie Frausto down here on the near side, and Frausto got tripped up at about the 11. But the Eagles are in business now. 2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line. Stanwick from the shotgun. Here's a keeper, tries the left side. He's going to try to turn the corner. He's got room in front of him if he's able to get in, and he does. Isaac Stanwick with a 6-yard scamper to get into the end zone and get the Eagles to 31-25.
It looks like they had Isaac Stanwick. They were going to string him out. and then again he turned on the speed, the jets, and then just headed for that pylon and outran them into the end zone.
That score comes with 9:53 left in the ball game. On for the point after attempt is Vélez. Armando Leckler is the holder. Vélez, the left-footed kicker, waits for the snap. Here's the hold. The kick is on its way, and it is no good. With 9:53 left in the ball game, the score remains Rattlers 31, Eagles 25. Eagles ready for the kickoff after the 60-yard touchdown run by Isaac Stanwick, his second running touchdown of the game. And we've got 9:53 left in the fourth quarter, and we're about to see if this Eagle defense partner can pull off another one here about midway through the fourth quarter. Line drive kick. Vélez was not going to give anyone a chance to return this one. It's going to go into the end zone for the touchback.
If you ever needed a really good kick, that was it. And he line drived it into the end zone, so that's going to come out to the 25, where the Eagle defense will set up house and see if they again can hold the Rattler offense and get this football back to Isaac Stanwick and company.
The Eagles working on a comeback. 9:53 left in the ball game. Here's a handoff to Brown. The Eagle defense meets him at the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to get much further. He gets 2 yards to the 27. Good job there. The linebacker number 34, Devontae Monsivais, in on the tackle.
In there, number 25 also. That was Isar Mauricio, and number 7, Gunnar Caballero.
You mentioned it to me off air earlier. What you got to be careful for here is the type of play like we had in the first play of the game where they go over the top because your defense is coming in. The Eagle defense needs to make sure nothing gets behind them even as they're working on the run. The Eagles do have 2 timeouts left in this half. The Rattlers only have 1. Here's another handoff to Brown. Brown spins around, aiming for the first down. He's going to be 2 yards short at the 33.
Surprisingly enough, you've got them running away from the other side where the big number 79 is. They came this to the right, and this is a critical third down, I would say.
The Eagle defense has to try and do it again here on 3rd and 2. Substitutions. Brown comes off the field. That means it's going to leave Rodriguez Schultz on there. But I think everyone here is expecting a keeper here by De Leon. It's worked for them on short yardage all game long. De Leon with the keeper has room and gets the first down across the 35 to the 37.
They put number 27, Rodriguez Schultz, into, and we do have a player down, a Rattler down.
At about the 34-yard line, we'll take a quick break while they attend to that young man. Back live with you here on a 1st and 10 for the Rattlers from the 37-yard line. Pass is incomplete, intended for Rodriguez Schultz. That helps the Eagles. The incompletion stops the clock, brings up 2nd and 10 for the Rattlers.
8 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter as the Eagles trailed 31-25.
8:10 left here in the ball game. The Eagle defense trying to come up with one more really important stand here late in the game. Going to wind the play clock. They're going to run the play clock all the way down, even though the game clock is stopped. Here's a keeper by the Leon, and he gets stood up by the Eagle defense. He'll lose a yard back here to the 36-yard line. Again, big number 42, Diego Villarreal there to lead the charge for the Eagle defense. And it's going to be a 3rd and 11 now for the Rattlers with 7:51 left on the clock.
Number 44, Freddie Gloria, also in on the tackle.
2 timeouts left for the Eagles in the ball game. Under 20 seconds left in the play clock. You would expect the Rattlers to wind this clock all the way down, to milk it all the way until a couple of seconds left on the play clock. They're under 10 seconds now. Now the Leon will bring his troops out. He's in the pistol. Fakes the handoff, drops back. Here comes the defense. The pass is caught near midfield by Tony Diaz, and that's going to be good enough for a first down at the 49-yard line.
Number 28 was right there. Felix Samaniego. I think he even got almost a hand on it, and kind of went off his hand, and then the receiver just made a great catch.
7:17 left now in the game, and the Rattlers have a new, fresh set of downs to work with here near midfield at the 49-yard line. Eagles hoping to get this ball back, hoping to make the defensive stop first and then get the ball back in order to get the game even. The handoff to Rodriguez Schultz has a big gaping hole right up the middle of the formation. There's a flag on the play. Rodriguez Schultz still running towards the end zone.
And
there is a flag back here, and I think it's going to be a hold against San Marcos.
Because that's what we're hoping for, because he went off about, there it is, you've got it exactly right. He went off 2 tackles and then broke for the sideline and then just raced into the end zone.
Penalty stops the clock and sends the Rattlers 10 yards further back. 7:06 left here in the ball game. They'll step it off from the 45. They're going to end up on the 45 back on their side of the field.
Ruben, I have a serious issue with a head coach who's also calling the plays out at the numbers every time.
Every time.
Meeting with his quarterback to give him the play.
Every play, they've let it go all game long. De Leon hands off to Brown, who bounces left. Finally brought down. The ball came loose, but the Rattlers fell on it near the line to get for a first down at the 43-yard line.
And the Rattlers dodge a bullet there as Brown coughed the football up, but it went right into the hands of a Rattler offensive player over there.
It'll be a 2nd and 2. Ball is at the 43-yard line in Eagle territory now. 6:34 and counting before the end of the ball game, and the Eagle defense trying to hold this Rattler offense here. Again, Rodriguez Schultz with the carry, gets past the line of scrimmage, and inside the 40 to the 37-yard line, they'll move the chains first down from there.
Rodriguez Schultz goes over his left side of the line, and again, you got big number 79 over there. Blocking.
6 minutes exactly left in the ball game. The Rattlers again bleeding the clock here. They'll have a 1st and 10 from the Eagle 37-yard line. The Eagles with a valiant comeback effort here in the fourth quarter. Rodriguez Schultz again with the carry, gets going north and south before being brought down at the 29-yard line, a yard shy of the first down. They're actually going to move the chains, I think. Are they going to say he made it to the 28? It's going to be about a half a yard shy, maybe.
Yes, and it's going to be about second and about less than a yard.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball is over on the left hash mark on the far side of the field.
Rodriguez Schultz will come off the field. Jaden Brown now back on. 5:08 left in the ball game, and the Rattlers are on the move in Eagle territory. The handoff is to Brown. Brown gets tripped up as he hits the line, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. That's the line to get for a first down, and they will indeed move the chains.
That is a first down, 4:56 and counting here in this game, with the Rattlers leading the Eagles 31-25, despite 2 Eagle turnovers,
That's
I
right.
believe.
That's right.
So
Eagles have turned it over twice, once on a fumble, once on an interception. 4:39 left in the game, and turnover of our own would be nice right about now, causing a fumble down on the ground. They've coughed it up a couple of times already. Low snap for the Leon there, picks it up, and it's intercepted at the 19-yard line, and he's got room in front of him. He's still on his feet, and he'll be pushed out of bounds near midfield. Number 21, Armando Leckler with the interception, and the Eagles are right back in this with 4:21 left in the ball game.
he threw the pass across the field to the other side of the field, and had a lot of air underneath it. And Leckler came up in front of the defender, intercepted it, and headed right down the sideline. And if it wasn't for, I think, the quarterback that came back over here and knocked him out of bounds, he would have been off to the races.
He had Green in front of him. De Leon was able to corral him while the rest of his teammates pushed Leckler out of bounds. 4:21 left. The Eagles have life again. Here's Stanwick. The pass is caught by Sebastian Diaz near the 45-yard line. Eagles have to be sure-handed now every time they've got the ball. Diaz gets to the 44.
4:11 and counting. The Eagles, you called the turnover. And on that very next play, that play, it happened. And you mentioned that we needed a turnover, and the Eagle defense produced it.
I never imagined that the Rattlers would put it in the air in that situation. Ball on the near hash mark, 2nd and 2. Stanwick into shotgun, has 3 receivers here to the near side. There's Willie Frausto in motion. Stanwick hands off to TJ Mattis, tries to turn the corner, gets north and south, gets a first down before being pushed back, but they're going to give him forward progress to the 39, enough for a first down.
Clock is at 3.5 minutes. Well, they're going to say that they pushed him away. Well, now the clock is running. 3:28. Have to kind of keep tabs on this clock, man, don't we? Especially here at home.
We certainly do. We've seen some funny things happen here today with this clock. 3:20 left in the ball game. Ball on the far hash mark. Eagles are on the move. Stanwick is going to come to the line. He'll be in the shotgun. 2 receivers on either side. TJ Mattis on his left. Here's the snap. Stanwick comes to this side, has room down the middle. Now there he goes. He's got a lot of room at the 30, at the 25, puts on the Jets at the 20, and into the end zone goes Isaac Stanwick. A 39-yard touchdown run to give the Eagles a tie ball game, 31-all.
And no flags, people. No flag, no yellow hankies back here. Isaac Stanwick came to the near side of the field. They cut him off. He reversed his field and headed to the opposite side. You had 2 defensive backs trying to catch up with him at about inside the 20, but his speed just outran him to the end zone.
2:59 left, and a very important point after attempt coming up here for the Eagles. Oliver Vela, the left-footed kicker, awaiting the snap. It's a high snap. The hold is down. The kick is on its way, and it is good. The Eagles take the lead, 32-31, with 2:59 left in the ball game.
And there you have it. The Eagles, after a Rattler turnover, have taken it to the house and lead 32-31.
Vélez now will kick off with 2:59 left. Now you're in a different mode, Morris. Instead of the defense trying to stop him to get the ball back, now you've just got to stop him. And just like we said, with the lead, this is the kind of offense the Rattlers want. When you're behind like this, if your offense isn't equipped to move the ball quickly, it can hurt you, and that's the case here with San Marcos. 32-31 is the Eagle lead.
Rest assured that now the Eagle defensive secondary will be tested.
Absolutely. They're going to go through the air now, and that Eagle defensive secondary has to hold. This kick will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Rattlers will start at the 25-yard line.
Again, he puts the ball in the end zone, and it's going to come out at the 25. And with 2:59 left in the ball game, the Eagles have roared back to take a 32-31 lead.
Eagles were down 31-19 at one point in this fourth quarter, have made it all the way back to take the lead 32-31, and this Eagle defense has to really hold up tight, not let anything get behind them in that defensive secondary like we saw in the first play of the game.
And here we go.
From the 25-yard line, De Leon in the shotgun, takes the snap. The handoff was to Rodriguez Schultz, but it's a false start that's going to be called against the Rattlers. It's going to push them back to the 20. Clock does stop with 2:56.
And now the Eagle defense, like you mentioned, has got to be very careful that they don't get burned deep, but they've got to stop the run. And now you're going to see De Leon go to the air. He's almost got to.
Tony Diaz is the dangerous man down here, split out wide right, the nearest to us down here on the sideline. De Leon drops back to pass. Here comes the Eagle defense. They're trying to set up a screen. It's incomplete. Intended for Rodriguez Schultz. The screen game has worked for them in this game. Good job there by the Eagle defense pressuring De Leon and throwing off that pass.
We had two single coverages over here, like you mentioned. One of them was on number 14, who has done really well tonight, Tony Diaz, and a really fine job there by number 27, and that is Robert De La Garza.
32-1 to 31 is the Eagle lead. The pass is caught by Brown at the 25-yard line, and then he's pushed out of bounds. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 now for the Rattlers. 2:44 left in the ball game.
Here's a important third down, a critical third down. It's more than important.
Ball is at the 26-yard line. It is now a 3rd and 9 with 2:44 left in the ball game. Eagles are up 32-31.
Clock down below 10 seconds here. The play clock.
They've got 4 seconds left on there now. De Leon takes a shotgun snap, drops back, looking left. Here comes the Eagle defense. It's going to be a hold. De Leon just throws that away on the incompletion. And the Eagle coaching staff is going to have some decisions to make here. Do you push them back 10 yards back but give them 3rd down again, or do you make it a 4th and 15?
Well, I don't think
the Eagles
there's no
decline.
choice there, right?
The Eagles decline the penalty, and now on 4th down, it's a last gap. This actually, 4th down, 4th and 9 for the Rattlers.
And here they come up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side.
2:37 left in the ball game. De Leon in the shotgun takes the snap. Here comes the Eagle blitz. They're getting close, and they're going to bring him down at the 22-yard line. A sack, big time sack by number 7, Gunnar Caballero, who's had a heck of a game today and comes up big right when the Eagles needed it. The ball goes over on downs at the 22-yard line with 2:31 left in the ball game.
De Leon, he rolled out to the near side of the field, looking downfield, and Gunnar Caballero came from the far side and chased him down to bring him down, and the ball goes over. We do got to bring something up that I think is real important. The 1-on-1 coverage on number 14 by number 27, Robert De La Garza. I think that is just a huge play.
Locked him down. Ball in the near hash mark at the 22-yard line. Eagles have to be careful not to turn it over here with 2:31 left. Isaac Stanwick will keep it all the way here. There is a flag on the play. It's going to be a hold against the Eagles with about 2:23 left. The Rattlers do have one timeout to burn in this ball game to try to stop the clock.
Well, I don't know. The Eagles are saying this is going the other way.
It might be a face mask then. If someone reached in there, it looked to me to be in the area of holding, but they are talking to Tom Gonzalez, and it is indeed a face mask against the Rattlers. It's going to cost them 15 yards, and they're going to wind. Coach Tom Gonzalez is telling him, forget about the yardage, wind the clock. Let's get this thing going.
Yes, he is.
Because
he's out there playing ref.
Because
and he's telling them, hey, get that thing in a windfield.
Yeah.
Like a windmill. Let's get it going.
The clock hasn't wound yet. Now they'll wind it, and the clock will tick at 2:22. The Eagles do have a first down after that penalty at the 11-yard line.
And rest assured, the Eagles will not snap. There's 13 seconds on the play clock, and before they snap this ball, it'll be under 2 minutes.
Again, San Marcos does have a timeout left in the ball game. We're at 2:02 before the snap. Here's a handoff to TJ Mares. He's got room, trying to go north and south now as he goes across the 10. They'll bring him down at the 8-yard line, and San Marcos will use their last time out of the ball game.
And Ruben, what a great second half we've had here. The Eagles have come back, and we kept saying that they have the kind of offense, and most especially the defense, that can get the ball back to the offense to come back in a game like they just have.
1:54 left in the ball game. Don't you dare go anywhere. Thank you for joining us on Eagle Pass Sports Central on Facebook and on YouTube. We know you're watching, following the action along, and you've seen this amazing fourth quarter performance by the Eagles here to try to keep their undefeated season alive. 1:54 left in the ball game. The Rattlers have used their last timeout. The ball is at the 9-yard line.
And I have to send a big shout out to Sarah June Gonzalez, who is an avid listener. She's always there, and we do want to say hello to her. And what a great ball game this has been.
They've put on a show for us here in San Marcos. Ball at the 9-yard line, 2nd and 7. The Eagles can still get a first down. The Rattlers are out of timeouts. The clock is ticking, not the play clock, not the game clock. 1:53 left. Stanwick will keep it himself. He's got blockers in front of him. Goes into the end zone, and that's an Eagle touchdown for Isaac Stanwick. Another one on the board for him, and the score now, Eagles 38, Rattlers 31.
And Ruben, we've been saying it all along. They have stopped TJ Mares. They've been on him all night, but Isaac Stanwick has really carried the load tonight. He's
come up big, a 9-yard touchdown run for Isaac Stanwick here. Velez comes on for the point after attempt. 1:53 left in the ball game. Leckler is the holder. The Eagles owe a lot to that young man who got the ball back for them on the interception. The kick is through the uprights and good. 1:53 left in this ball game, and the Eagles have an 8-point lead, 39-31. (39-31) is the Eagle lead, and the Eagles are 1:53 away from coming out of San Marcos with a victory. 3 men back deep to receive on the kickoff for the Rattlers. It's all their studs. It's Brown, it's Tony Diaz, and a man in the middle of that 3-man squad. They'll hold the ball for Vélez. You mentioned it, partner. It's windy and blustery here now. Kickoff is on its way, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback. Vélez has really nailed those kickoffs here, and he did this one into a strong wind. So, with a minute 53 left in the ball game, the Rattlers again will take over with no timeouts left at their own 25-yard line.
I want to thank all of you that are listening. We're got a lot of audience tonight, bringing you this broadcast on Eagle Pass Sports Central, both on Facebook and YouTube, as here come the Rattlers.
From the 25-yard line, De Leon in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, now steps up in the pocket. Here comes the blitz, and it's intercepted at the 30-yard line by big number 34, Devontae Monsivais, and that will do it here with a minute 44 seconds. The Eagle defense has come up huge in the fourth quarter. The second interception of the Eagles defense in this quarter, and of course, the offense has been able to respond.
They hit De Leon from behind as he was throwing that ball. Number 10 came right from the backside, Diego Martinez, on a blitz. And that had a lot to do with that ball being misthrown and intercepted. And the Eagles have got it at the 16-yard line, a minute 44, San Marcos with no timeouts.
Things looked grim for the Eagles at the start of the fourth quarter. They were down 31-19. And now the Eagles will go into their victory formation. And Isaac Stanwick takes the first of what should be a couple of knees.
And
they stopped the clock, partner. You and I looked over there at the same time and saw that the clock wasn't moving. And those kinds of, what do you call them?
Our clock man over there, I mean, he's got a really slow finger. And
sometimes, and then sometimes it's a little faster. But for sure, the clock should have wound there, and it did not. Now we've got a timeout down on the field. And I don't know if the officials are going to talk about taking a couple of extra seconds off the clock, because you and I turned around and looked at the clock at the same time the referee did and realized it wasn't moving.
The officials are, you saw Isaac Stanwick, very classy by the Eagles. He went down on a knee, and they figured, hey, we'll just run this clock out. And now that the three officials are conferring over there on about the 20-yard line, and there's nothing that San Marcos can do here, because it's going to be a second down with a minute 22. But that clock should have kept running.
It ate up probably about 2 or 3 seconds. It should have ticked off when they did not. A minute 22 left in the ball game. Eagles have an 8-point lead, 39-31, in what's been an amazing, miraculous fourth quarter on offense and defense for the Eagles. Now the referee is going to come all the way down here and explain this to John Walsh.
And John Walsh is nowhere in sight.
He spent most of the game out on the field. Now we can't find him.
He started the clock and the play clock.
They'll wind the clock now. A minute and 11 left in the ball game. Stanwick will take a couple of more knees. He's going to let this go down to under about a second before he gets the ball snapped. There's the snap. Stanwick will take a knee back here at the 26-yard line, and the Eagles will have to snap it one more time, as there is a difference of about 14 seconds between the play clock and the game clock. We're at 45 seconds on the game clock, and the Eagles are one kneel down away from coming out of San Marcos undefeated with another victory.
And what a great ball game, with the Eagles trailing for almost all of the game. They've had so much to overcome here tonight, including San Marcos scoring on their first play of the ball game.
This should be the final snap of the ball game. Stanwick takes the ball, kneels down at the 31-yard line, and Morris, we can officially call them the comeback kids. They've done it twice. They did it against Bernie Champion. They did it deep in trouble here in the fourth quarter, and you've got to really hand it to the Eagles. They're still undefeated. They've got a week off next week, and then they start district season. They're looking good.
Well, let me tell you, both sides of the ball, as both of these teams meet at the 50-yard line, a well-played game by both teams. But most importantly, for the Eagles, the Eagle offense coming up big in the second half, especially Isaac Stanwick and his core of receivers. And we got to give a lot of credit also to TJ Mares, because one of the things that, like, the Eagle coaches say, TJ, when he doesn't carry the ball, he's a decoy. They have to respect him, and he's an excellent blocker.
Well, I was about to say, we saw him throw some really good blocks in front of Isaac Stanwick to spring him in this ballgame. You've got to love that kind of attitude. Doesn't pout, doesn't whine because things aren't going his way in the ballgame. He looks to see what he can do to help his team out, and he certainly did it tonight as a decoy and in the blocking game.
What about the Eagle defense? The Eagle defense, when they had to hold them, they did, and then when they had to get the turnover, they got the turnover.
Absolutely. An timely interception by Armando Leckler is what sparked the comeback for the Eagles. And then on the last gasp effort for the Rattlers, another interception by Devontae Monsivais to finish the ball game off. And the Eagles down there on the field celebrating a still undefeated season.
One more point, and we have to mention Gunnar Caballero. And the Eagles, De Leon had all night long, had a lot of time to throw. But late in the game, the Eagle defensive front four and the corners put a lot of pressure on De Leon, and that made the difference in the ballgame.
Eagles have an open date next week. They'll start district play after that. We will be covering the Mavericks next week. I believe we'll be down at Kozo Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium, bringing you Mavericks action next week. Mavericks took a loss at Southwest this week up here in San Antonio. Mavericks are 2 games deep into their district season already. As you'll see, the Eagles going to the far side of the field there to thank their fans, the folks that made the drive up here. Next week, we are going to be
the Eagles are open, and big game for the Mavericks as Medina Valley comes into Eagle Pass to play the Mavericks. And the Eagles, like you mentioned, are open before they get into their last 5 games, which is all their district games, and they will open up at home. Actually, they'll play both Alexander and United at home, which is a big advantage for the Eagles before going to play LBJ. Then they get South at home and then go play Del Rio. So they get that off week to work on everything and to heal. It helps a lot when you have that week off, so you can get everybody just the bruises and the bumps and get everybody healthy.
Get everybody healthy before the start of district play. We'll be down there at the Sac and Eagle Pass bringing you the Maverick game against Medina Valley next week. I want to thank the folks here in San Marcos for being such good hosts for us. And more importantly, we want to thank our sponsors for bringing you these games here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. Brown Chevrolet, Buick GMC of Eagle Pass, Maverick County Hospital District, Eddie Morales for State Representative, Ancida Ford, Jeep, Eagle Pass Storage, Border Federal Credit Union, Knickerbocker, Heredia, Salinas and Salinas, and the Nevada's Law Firm.
39-31 our final score, and there's one more appreciation that we have to send out, and that's to everybody that was listening in on us tonight. And, you and I, we really enjoy this and doing this, and, do it with a lot of enthusiasm. And we hope that everybody back home enjoys our broadcasting and bringing the game to you.
Let your friends and family members know this was a heck of a game. If they didn't catch it live, it's going to be on YouTube and it's going to be on our Facebook page. Go on there, look us up, leave us comments. We appreciate you so much for listening in on Eagle Pass Sports Central Live on Facebook and on YouTube. We do have a prediction show this coming week on Thursday. We'll be down there back at Ancida with both coaching staffs talking to them about this game and about the games coming up. Final score from here in San Marcos, Eagles 39, Rattlers 31. For my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr., my name is Ruben Valadez. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.